Hey everybody, welcome to the POS Podcast. Here today, I'm joined by Jack, Saber, Tom, and Final Draft is joining us as a guest. And Hero will probably show up at some point.
Rivals of Aether.
Yeah.
So what is that? Is that an MMORPG?
No, it's a fighting game.
That's
he's winning it.
Yeah.
Episode 135, and there's actually a lot of that happened the past couple of weeks, as far as like entertainment news. But before we get started on any topics, how have you guys been the past couple of weeks? How's 2021 been so far? Because it did start out kind of weird.
The thing happened after the last episode, right?
Yeah, it did. Weeks. It did happen like 2 days after the last episode.
What a grand old time 2021 has been so far. I'm having a ball. This is the bang up sequel to 2020 we all definitely wanted.
It's 2016 take 3.
Dude, 2016 was nothing compared to this.
I know.
Do you guys all remember when 2016 was ending and it was like, oh my god, I hated this year. It's the worst year. Right. 2017 is gonna be my jam. And then Ugandan Knuckles happened, and like
it was a simpler time. We knew not the good days we were in. Today's date is what, like December 49th, 2020.
Yeah.
The year just never ended. It's just still going.
It's the dawn of the second age.
What's like 2016 sucks. You know why? A gorilla died. It's like 2020 sucks. Why? Half the population died. Yeah, right. So I don't know. I think we can look back on 2016 and kind of laugh at how not bad of a year that was.
It's like this isn't 2021. This is 2020-2. You know, like,
yeah, right. Point one.
We're getting like Kingdom Hearts sequels to 2020.
2020 Birth by
You know, those old like NES video games are like set in like the post-apocalyptic distant future of like 2027 New York. Like that's literally what it would be like by the time we get there, and they'll be like, "You remember 2020? We thought that was bad before Super Corona."
Yeah, right.
I told you about our new beer.
Yeah. At least vaccines are gonna like start going out. I mean, it's been kind of slow lately, but my good news, my aunts and uncles actually have like appointments to get theirs. So
good.
Because they're all over 65, and everybody over 65 in North Carolina can get theirs now. So
excellent. Isn't it weird how the CEO of Pfizer refused to take his own vaccine? I'm impressed for why he didn't want to do it. He's like, well, I wouldn't want to hold up supplies. And I'm just like,
hey, bro, come on.
You're a billionaire. It's one. It's literally one. It's literally one. What? I don't want to spread misinformation. I think it's probably a net positive. But I'm just saying, that's a little sketchy.
Yeah, but if he had taken it, everyone would have been like, oh, of course he took it because he's a billionaire. So it's kind of a catch-22. Like, there's no way.
Poor billionaires just don't never catch a break, dude.
I know. God.
Damn it. Will somebody think of them in Jack's Blade?
I'm yeah, the fucking 1% over here. Jack's Blade. We were saying before the podcast started, Jax, that you're going to have to get the guillotine too. No war but the class war, dude. I'm sorry. Dude, no, he's faking it. He's faking it, trying to be a piece of garbage, like he always does. Maybe I would have fallen for it if you haven't done this twice before on the show.
Jax, what would you do if Tom was the one wearing like the executioner mask? He lifts it and a single tear drips down his eye, and you're like, no, Tom. I'll fund your Patreon, I promise.
I'd be like, I love you, bro, but I ain't going down like that. Let's go. We're doing this, okay?
Should have redistributed your wealth to me.
These bourgeoisie McDonald's workers getting $15 an hour now. Unacceptable.
I'm sorry, Tom. Why do you make me do this?
I will not be served a burger by somebody richer than me.
There's one place in this world I can feel superior to everyone else, and by God, I won't let them take it.
Yeah, right. First they took my Chuck E. Cheese, and now they're taking my McDonald's. No, it stops now.
Try the line here.
Dude, McDonald's is a pretty bougie job if you like don't live in America. I was watching a video where like in like some Nordic country, the lowest wage a McDonald's worker gets is $22.50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Dude, the Scandinavian countries always get to have fun because they're like,
what the fuck?
yeah, and then it's sad because on one side it's like the Scandinavian countries are doing fantastic, and the other side it's like, have you ever seen, and not to get too depressing, but like the suicide nets near like the factories in China for the workers, where you get
Dude,
these
they're
people
so fucked. The whole Foxconn thing that was happening in like 2015, 2016, something like that. They would install the suicide nets, had a bunch of people kill themselves. It's super fucked.
It's like it's not slave labor. We pay them a penny an hour.
Right.
Of course,
Well, dude,
we're not monsters.
I've been watching. Okay, not to get like too fucking black pilled over here, but I've been watching this I've been watching this channel called Second Thoughts, and it used to be a science channel until COVID happened, and now he's just completely like turned like hardcore fucking socialist. Like America sucks so bad, guys. Holy shit!
It's Bernie's channel.
It's like talking about everything. It's like, did you know that like prisons in the United States they have minimum wages for inmates? Do you know what the minimum wage is for an inmate?
Isn't it like 15 cents or something stupid?
2 cents.
Like $2.
2 cents an hour is the federal minimum wage for inmates. What?
2 cents an hour?
2 cents an hour.
No wonder why. It's like we're
Dude,
trying
the
to
funniest
fix
thing was
people.
like Finland has totally revamped the way they do prisons, and it's like actually like they care about rehabilitation instead of punishment, and they actually took their old prisons and have them as a museum to be like, this is how barbaric we used to be, and it's just a U.S. prison. It's like the exact same thing. It's like, oh no, oh god. So I just been binging all these fucking like depressing videos about how awful America is. I'm like, I can't be an adult anymore. So I just spent like $700 on PlayStation 1 games and just like, I just need to be 10 again. I can't do this.
Dude, I was in a call with my grandfather and just talking about like, because even he's like, yeah, shit's fucked, Stevie. And I'm like, he's like, how's your retirement plan going? And I'm like, why do I need it? Like, we're all gonna die. Like, who cares? I'm gonna dump all my money and buy like that Halo Warthog, and then just send me into the den of like billionaire pedophiles, and I'll just mow them down. Like that's how I'm gonna go out.
We all gotta pool our money, gotta make a replica of like a Halo Pelican and take it to fucking Epstein's Island and just fucking.
Tom, make it count. It's a real plasma grenade.
It's gonna redo the silent cartographer, just like in Epstein's Island.
This grenade cost us $250,000.
You know what they say? We deliver.
I mean, I have to say, when I moved back from Japan, like, and you see ads for pharmaceuticals on TV, it's like, oh my god,
it's all right.
And then I saw an ad for what is it? Something you drink to take your pills. So it's like some sort of thing that you take. Right? What was it called? It was like some sort of like weird liquid that was not water. And then you're supposed to take it to help you take a difficult to swallow pill.
I've never heard of that before.
Called this new amazing revolutionary medical product, dihydrogen monoxide. It'll help you take your pills.
Right? And it's like, oh my god. Yeah, no, like once you see that though, I could rant. I'm not gonna rant.
It's one of those things where I don't know. You don't want to get too like. I don't think it's deliberate ignorance. If you can acknowledge the world's not perfect and you can do what you can to help where you can, that's okay. But like, yeah, the black pill stuff where you just go down that pit of despair, it's hard to come back from that. So,
dude, the last like 3 days, I've just been like that fucking, that one fucking like Wojak where it's just like the fucking deep dark circles. Like that's just been me for like 3 days straight now.
You gotta watch some Star Trek Next Generation, dude. You gotta keep that Papa Musk will save us somehow with Neuralink as we shoot off to Mars. I know. Let me have this, damn it.
So other than that,
yes,
how have y'all been?
I found Vagrant Story for like $50. Fucking Vagrant Story. It's a legend. It's a classic. I got both Mega Man Legends, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy Anthology, Legacy of Kain Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, Parasite Eve, Parasite Eve 2. All the fucking games I saw in advertisements, Electronic Gaming Monthly Magazine, but I couldn't have because I had a shitty Nintendo 64, cringe, bad console, based PlayStation, so much better. Now I have all the games. Life is good. Just regress 20 years and pretend you're 15 again, and everything is fine.
Dude, you ever see those memes where it's like COVID, Trump, bro? It's 1998. Get on the N64. Let's go to Blockbuster and play some games. It's everything's fine. I miss that shit.
I remember hating going to the Blockbuster. I remember hating going there. I'm like, God, I have to go somewhere to get my movie. I just want to watch it on TV. And now everyone's like, I love Blockbuster. I'm so nostalgic. Like, no, you're not. Like you back then, no one wanted to go to Blockbuster.
I had fun going to Blockbuster. It was magical.
Did you have to pay for it?
No, it's a little baby.
Okay. It's a little baboon.
Okay. You're old. You're old.
You were 40, dude. You're 40, dude, when Blockbuster was discovered. So, like, discovered.
The best thing about Blockbuster, you'd go there to rent a game, but then they'd have the shelf of like all the stuff they're trying to get rid of, and sometimes you'd find the game you want to rent, and you could buy it for the same price. Or the one time I went to Blockbuster and I found for $3 Kung Pao Enter the Fist on DVD, and so I'm like, oh my god, I love this movie. I brought it up to the counter, and the guy just looked at me like very calmly, was like, that movie is so fucking bad. I'm like, no, it's great. It's great. He's like, look. He like wrote down his name on a card. He's like, there's a no return policy on these movies, but when you want to take this back, get me and I will give you your money back. And I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Well, hold on. A quick side. I have to add to that. Did you like the movie, Tom?
I watched it before I bought it. It was the best thing ever.
Here's something that's pretty wild. Gabe is good friends with Steve Odekirk. That's the guy who made the movie. That's the guy who is the chosen one.
Wait. I need to talk to Steve Odekirk. I need to know what his obsession with cows is. Because he did the Barnyard movie too. And it's a
Wait,
guy.
he did?
It was a cow.
He also did Jimmy Neutron.
Why is the cow a guy? I need to know. This has bothered me for years.
He probably goes like, oh, I got one.
But it's a guy.
Tom's losing sleep at night.
Trans representation 20 years before it became mainstream. This guy's a visionary.
Yeah.
I need to know. Can you show me?
All right.
Get me in touch with Gabe. We gotta climb up the ladder.
Dude, it's I can barely get in touch with Gabe. That guy's he's a tumbleweed.
I gotta make my own like fucking flying machine. I'll cross paths with him in the air somewhere.
He's like a bicycle with flying wheels.
Yeah.
Oh god.
The Azumi machine.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Saber, what have you been up to?
Laura and I are still just getting all acclimated here at the house. She's all officially moved back in, working on videos, trying to get that ball rolling. Got multiple projects going on. I'm enjoying them. I got a U2s. Let me get it.
Oh yeah, the little vinyl figure. They
First
usually
you get U2s.
Yeah.
First you get U2s, then you get Me Too'd. So it's only a matter of time.
No.
Tom.
That's
the quote book. Yeah,
Here, hold on. I'll make it big on the. Yeah.
Saber, you just have to duck under your desk and just jiggle that around as you're talking for the rest of the episode.
I actually had a lot of folks being like, "Wow, this one actually looks really good," and it's because my guy was a cartoon, so it lended itself well over to this. So yeah I got a whole figure. I think it's pretty cool. And that's really it for me. I staying busy, and we're getting a lot of snow here in Virginia. Actually, last like 4 or 5 days being getting snow. It's kind of like, wow, this is what winter's like for Northerners.
It snowed here for 3 minutes, and then it did nothing.
Good.
Good. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for me.
Jax?
I just work. work, train, work. That's all I do.
Yeah.
I marathon Cobra Kai. That was good.
Cool.
I marathon.
Well, we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
That's one of the topics. Hero?
I've been playing Dragalia Lost because I lost my mind. I don't know. And man, I bought a VR set. Beat Saber is hard just as I thought it was going to be. I looked at it and people were like, yeah, you'll be good at it. You play rhythm games. I'm like, nah, this shit's hard. Like, yeah, everyone lied. Like, this game is hard.
It's fun though once you get used to it.
It is fun, yeah.
What headset did you get?
HP Reverb G2.
Oh, I that was the one I was looking at because it wasn't too expensive, but it looked like it had
HP
good
makes a
features.
VR set?
They
Yeah.
do, which is
I like-
weird.
Yeah, it's Microsoft in collaboration with Steam, or with Valve rather. And it's like it has a lot of Valve Index features on it.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's not a Valve Index.
It's the Kmart index.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Um,
it's good. I'm having a good time.
Draft, what about you? How have you been?
Been doing good. Been working and working. I was taking graduate school courses, but I got really pissed off at how they were being taught. So I complained on social media for like 3-4 months.
No.
I'm like, I was complaining. I'm like,
Crap.
I'm going to fail all my classes. And then I aced them and they're like, oh, you didn't register for more courses. I'm like, oh, about that. So I'm taking a semester to like, you know.
So I decided
Read
I
that
need to
program.
run these classes. I'm the only one who can do it
No.
properly.
No, I would be terrible at it too. I'm like that kind of critic where I know it's bad how it's being done, but I certainly don't have better ideas for it. But anyway,
You're
yeah.
one of those
So
guys that
I-
identifies the problem, the easy stuff, but the solutions, I'm gonna save that for smart.
that's someone else's job.
Yeah,
Let somebody get paid for that.
I feel that.
But yeah, so I've got a lot more free time now, and I'm thinking of doing things like classic Bachelor Cooking Volume 2 Jack's Blade.
I want
That
to
might
see
happen.
more. I want to see
Show
you
me your
put hot dogs
upgraded
in
mac
more
and
food.
cheese. I need to see your hot dog mac and cheese upgrades.
It's gonna be bratwurst now, stirred into mac and cheese. That's how Draft ups his game.
No, we're gonna be classic Bachelor cooking.
All right.
Oh, okay.
I'm intrigued.
I see you,
We
Dusty.
gotta.
Hot pockets.
Actually, the first one was a shit post against Dusty. That
Yeah, I
was the
remember
whole
that.
idea.
That's why I said it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have that in
I-
my favorites.
I love Dusty.
All right.
You don't love him, Draft?
What?
No comment.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the on the YouTube video. It had your head shaking left to right, and I'm like, oh.
Oh no. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna like drag the whole thing out here, but basically, he had made some cooking video where he's like, "You can't have
My
a
burger.
burger and use American cheese. You have to use some Gruyere." I'm like, how pretentious. It's the worst mac and cheese. And I put like American cheese in there, and I got out a can of Cheese Whiz and I put that in there and I ate it.
That is beautiful.
I'm like-
That's still my favorites. Oh, I love it.
So that's what that is. Because like Dusty's like, that's not real cheese. I'm like,
All right. So before we go into podcast topics here, if you want to use a super chat to ask questions, you can do that, or you can ask us on Twitter. You can just reply to the post that I put on Twitter. So we'll answer that in the second half of the show. But as far as podcast topics go, we'll start with a few like reviews of stuff that we watched. Some of it might get into spoilers, some might not. But the first thing I guess we'll have Jax talk about, and I can talk about it a little bit because I did watch the first 2 episodes with him, because he got me into it, and that's Cobra Kai,
Hell yeah.
because season 3 came
Cobra
out
Kai.
for that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen season 3 yet, but the first 2 seasons were fucking dope as shit.
Yeah, fuck yeah, they are. I'm gonna educate these boys. Yeah, I love Cobra Kai. It's like for people out there who are fans of Karate Kid or like aren't fans of Karate Kid at all, who are just like interested.
Yeah,
in,
because
like,
I had
what
never
it's
seen
about.
Karate Kid, and then I watched the first 2 episodes. I was like, this is pretty good, and then I went
Yeah.
and watched the movie to get some more context.
Yeah, so you can appreciate it a lot more now, Paleo. Because like again, like you can appreciate it without seeing Karate Kid, but you get a lot more out of it when you're like, oh, I actually see how these characters were. And then like Cobra Kai is just following like the bully character from the first movie.
The dialogue is like really funny.
Yeah, exactly. It's hilarious. And they're like saying like it's like a very mature thing too. It's like honestly, the best way to put it is like live action anime in a sense. Because like especially later on, like there's shit later on. I'm not gonna spoil because it gets really good. But like it's just like, okay, yeah, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I love it though. Like it is such a great show. Like I like got a whole Cobra Kai gi that I trained in today. It was like so much fun. And I love season 3. I thought season 3 was really good. I know season 1, like everyone says like that's the best one. Then some people were like mixed on season 2. I love season 2. And then season 3 I thought was like just as good because I liked where they went with the characters. I like seeing how the characters had their like pretty much Goku Vegeta moments in season 3. Like I love that whole stuff. Like it was really a good show. I like watching the characters. I like this show is really good at redemption arcs. Like there's so many times like in shows where I'm just like, man, fuck this dude. I don't give a fuck. Fuck this motherfucker. I hate them. I hate them. I want them to get it like so bad. And then like they'll like have a redemption arc for them. And I'm just like, you know what? You kind of
not good enough.
Yeah. You know, no. It's like, no, sometimes the people, they'll go, that's not good enough. In Cobra Kai, they do that shit where I'm like, you know what? All right, you chill. We cool now. Yeah, let's go. Let's do this. Yeah. So they do that a lot. And I like it. I really like the show. I highly recommend it. It's all on Netflix because YouTube was like, we can't fucking make them shows. I don't know what the fuck we got ourselves into. So yeah, it was. It's really
I'm glad Netflix picked it up because YouTube doesn't know what it's doing with like its original content. It's like
no. You have it. Just YouTube doesn't know what they're doing.
Okay. Yeah.
You have it. Don't worry about it.
Tune into POS Podcast on YouTube.
There is no ethical consumption under capitalism.
So yeah, Cobra Kai is good. I've only watched the first couple episodes, but I'm excited to watch more.
Seen the first episode. Does it get better from there? Like the first episode was good. The second episode was meh.
Yeah, it gets better.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets progressively better. Like the thing is, like there are episodes. Like I would say, episode 5 of season 1 is really good. Like I'm not gonna say spoilers for it, but like that's one that I was like, okay, that is legitimately great. Like there's a lot of great things in that episode. That's just like, okay, then you'll be like, you be motivated to keep watching the entire way through because you get super invested. But yeah.
Yeah, and it's only like a 30-minute show rather than like an hour show too. So.
Well, like later on, it has like certain episodes.
Oh, it has
like
okay.
Yeah, it pulls like Mandalorian and like later season was like, a 40-minute episode, 50-minute episode, hours. So it's like, okay.
No,
all right,
that's a show right there. Jeff, don't you like Mandalorian a lot?
Oh, I love that show. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
best show of the year or of last year, in my opinion. Then everybody like as soon as I put that out there, everyone's like, no, Schitt's Creek. Okay, but Mandalorian.
Okay.
Like, I heard you, but no.
I heard you. I mean, fair enough, but Mandalorian.
I don't know. Primal was pretty.
Yeah,
good.
Primal's pretty based. Primal's pretty freaking based.
Isn't that a video game?
It is a video game from like 2002. But
yeah,
but
it's not that Primal.
God, Draft, you're so off.
Do you kids still use Serve? Are you using Netscape or Alta Vista?
You know I'm a hardcore Netscape Navigator 3.0 user.
Why?
Is that how you crawl the World Wide Web?
I know. Hold on there.
Just installed my blazing fast 28K modem.
We'll go on to the next thing.
Oh, not ready for that DSL yet.
The next thing, Long Gone Gulch, which is a pilot that came out this month. Which Saber and I actually presented a clip of it at MomoCon from 2019. When it was still being worked on, and it stars what AG Daily and what's the guy's name?
Jack Spicer.
Yeah.
That's all I know now. That's all that matters. You call him Jack Spicer a hot shot.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a Western with like weird creatures and stuff, and the two main characters
and street
are human.
sharks.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
But yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was okay.
I heard people say it was like fine. Like I heard it wasn't like people were.
Yeah,
like,
it's probably the
like
most
mind-blowing
pilot it could be. if that's how I can describe it. It's like this very much feels like a pilot.
Here you go, heroes. Like this, okay? Animation, great. Always great to hear E.G. Daly's voice again. Like she is just, I love her and everything. Like again, it's been a while since I've heard her. Hearing the Jack Spicer voice actor, really great. Phenomenal character designs as well. Like I love the character designs, the way the characters move and stuff like that. I love the main character. The main character that E.G. Daly, Rawhide, is that the name? Rawhide. Rawhide, love her. Think she's great. That's good on you. After that, like it just sort of lulls, like it was great, but like as me and Saber said before, it's like it's not like mind-blowingly great. It was like there's a lot of like good stuff in it where it's like, okay, yeah, that was really good. That was really good. That could have been better. That when you say like, oh, that could have been better, some people will say, oh my god, you hate the show? You blasphemous! How fucking dare you? And it's just like, no, that's not the case at all. Like I'm just complimenting the show, but there are little aspects here where I'm like, there are things I just think could have been better, like compared to like other stuff, or not comparing it to certain things, but like there are just things I've seen done better. Like there's things where like you could have grabbed me more. I wish you could did more. Could have did more here. And then there was we all mentioned this on like the semi-perfect pod, with like there was this one character whose like mic didn't sound like it matched the rest of the characters. So it sort of like took me out. Like saying,
what was it? What like BW? I think.
I don't know. It was the Native American girl, right?
Yeah.
In the show, Native American, yeah.
Yeah, she had a very like whispery voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sounded like she whispered all her lines.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, so like that was like one thing that took me out, and then like there were some story beats I was a bit like, it was a bit in my opinion, but like a lot of stuff, again, I have more compliments than like criticisms for it. So like again, like people out there, I'm not talking shit about the show, because people like when I say stuff like this, it transcribes like, oh, I fucking hate this show, it's a piece of shit, long ago you fucking die, y'all suck, you're a bitch ass mother, and it's just like there's no, I'm not transcribing.
Like, ain't nobody saying that. Like,
yeah, and I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like, oh, I thought it was really good. I'm excited. I will watch more of the show when it gets better. But yeah, like that's it. Yeah.
Well, it needs to be picked up. Like they gotta submit it to like networks and stuff, and see like if or streaming services, and see like who might pick it up.
Oh, they're not doing like a Hell of a Boss thing with it?
No.
Okay.
No, it's literally a pilot for a show.
Like Saddle Rash.
Hey, we don't talk about Saddle Rash. No one deserves to talk about it.
Right.
All right. Next thing. This will be fun. WandaVision.
I'm taking my headphones off.
No, I won't say any spoilers, Saber. I'm not gonna say any spoilers. Whatever.
Yeah, he still just has his.
Fine, bitch. Yeah,
any
whatever.
excuse to tune out, Saber will take.
Oh yeah, guys, whatever. I'm gonna fake his ass out once he gets back in here. Like, okay, watch this. All right, yeah, okay, yeah. So, anyways, no, the thing about WandaVision, I watched it with Paleo, the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And as someone who grew up with Nick at Night, I really love Nick at Night like shows and stuff like that. But I will say that going into this show, like, all right, if you've never watched any Marvel property, which I guess like you just be like, oh, what's this show? I'm curious what it is on Disney Plus. I'll check it out. And you watch this, you will be confused out of your damn mind. You'll be like, what the fuck is going on? Okay.
Yep. I really like how Marvel has gotten to the point where they're replicating the comic book formula perfectly in the movies. Now that if you just like want to watch something, you're fucked.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, no, because the thing is, like, it's a good show. Like, I was watching it with Paleo, and the first 2 times I was just like, damn, they're really going in on this. Because I was like, are you gonna do something to move along? Because I think while I like the fact that they were so bold with the fact that they were just going to do this for 2 episodes, like, okay, we're just going to play it like completely straight, like, and there'll be some hints of like, oh, there's something else going on. I feel like there should have just, I know that this whole thing is leading up to something, but since this is like going to be introduced like weekly, it's not like all of it was done in a bunch so you could like marathon it. It does feel a bit like, okay, so am I going to have to watch I Love Lucy, and then freaking Three's Company, then fucking Who's the Boss? You know, like you go through all these different sitcoms and stuff like that. And it's just like, okay, I don't mind it because I know where it's going, but I can see like why someone who isn't familiar with that would get upset. Like to me, it's completely valid because I had a friend like say like they'd be like, I think I'll just wait till to marathon the whole thing. I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? That's completely valid.
That's how it needs to be seen. You know, I gotta interject. So the problem is that this thing got borked by COVID, right? This was supposed to be the second series to come out from Marvel. The first one was supposed to be
Falcon Winter Soldier,
And it was supposed to come out in August, which they haven't even finished filming it, I think. So I think that was supposed to be like the action fix. Like actually, and that was supposed to come out after Black Widow. And then while Falcon and Winter Soldier was playing, then they were supposed to have Eternals. And all of those things got scrapped. The only one they had ready to go was WandaVision. And so I had to get more out of WandaVision than they originally intended when they wrote it. I think WandaVision was supposed to be a diversion from all of the action from all the other series of movies that were going to be coming out, and that it could be a slow burn and that people would be used to that. The problem is this is the first new piece of MCU content since Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah.
It's been like a year and a half. And so I feel like the way that Disney should have approached it is because it's a slow burn, they should have released it in its full like arc, so that people could watch it at their own pace, because right now it's too slow for once a week, given that there's been a dearth of MCU content. So that's my rant.
Exactly.
It's good so far. The acting is incredible. Like both of the characters are.
It
was really funny.
Really well.
Yeah, me and Jax also watched a review after watching it, and they're saying like you can tell that the actors are having fun with this because it's like something very different compared to what they usually do.
Exactly.
I heard an interview with Paul Bettany that was really funny. He's in Vision, and they apparently like Kevin Feige called him into their office like this is after Endgame, and he thought it was going to be a, you know, thanks for being a part of the MCU, you know, nice like farewell thing. And so he decided to he walked into the room. He's like, guys, I've had a great time working with you. I'm so glad and privileged to have had this opportunity. And they're like, wait, you're leaving?
That's so great. It's like, wait, what? I can stay? Oh shit, man! Yes, I want these Marvel.
Oh, you got a TV show for me? All right.
Yeah, dude, let's do this. Keep the paychecks roll. Like Chris Evans, like that whole thing with Chris Evans. Like it was just no, me? I can't be back. That's
He's denying it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh no, I can't. I was telling Paleo, like it'd be funny how because with the Spider-Man 3, the new one that's coming out, like they have all like these rumors like, oh, freaking like Alfred Molina and Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and all that stuff.
Those are
and it's
confirmed.
Like, yeah, exactly, confirmed, right? But like it'd be funny if like the actors are like, I have no idea what you're talking about. What the hell are you talking about? And then like the movie comes out and they had nothing to do with it. Like people be like, what the fuck? You got us high. It's like those were rumors. Those were rumors. What can you say? It's just like, no, you remake this shit right now. I don't care. Zack Snyder that shit right on now. Okay, fuck.
It's going to be 2025. We're still hunkered down from super COVID, right? People are going to be like, I want the data credit from the pirate website that I streamed it from back. Okay, I have a cap per month from my provider. No, I think they're actually.
That's actually going to happen.
It is. Well, I think though, like the rumor. This is now getting into like complete rumors, but like the next Doctor Strange movie is Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
And so I think they're going to bring in multiverses. It's kind of a no-brainer to start easing into like Miles Morales too, because there is a character that the MCU needs. So it's like,
well, they had his uncle in Far From Home. Yeah. Like freaking Childish Gambino was the uncle, like the Prowler.
He was
I got a nephew. Yeah, that was cool.
Does he go by Childish Gambino if he's acting? I thought it was Donald.
No, it's Donald Glover
acting.
Well, it's two different people. Like Dwayne Johnson and The Rock are two different people, but like, have you ever seen them in the same room together? Like Hannah Montana and that Zoe Kravitz girl.
Zoe Kravitz.
What?
Exactly. See, you're paying attention. Good on you.
All right. But yeah, WandaVision. Yeah, it's gonna be a slow burn with it, but I'm interested to see where it goes, and
It's good. People should give it a chance.
Yeah, and how it will like sort of like satirize a bunch of these sitcoms, because I do like some of the jokes that they had, like that was sort of like meta awareness about like the sitcom.
Yeah.
Like it was like where he's at work and it's like, so what do we make?
Yeah. We stuff. It's just random. That was good. That was really good. That was a good one.
So next thing, Disenchantment season 3. I actually just finished that before doing the podcast.
How are the titties?
What? No, there's not much.
You know what the mom. I saw the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird with this show because it feels like it's trying to go somewhere, but then it doesn't go anywhere.
That's been season 1 and season 2. I haven't seen season 3, but like, it feels like it wants to be Futurama, but isn't.
But basically, yeah.
Good point.
It
tries to be sad.
fantasy Futurama, just not as good as Futurama at all.
So is it not like, because I only watched like, I want to say 6 episodes of it on a plane to like I'm one of those conventions we went to when those were a thing. So I don't know if like it's still like, because it was just kind of like that was all. It was just kind of the entire way through. It wasn't like
it's a mid. It's a mid.
Yeah, okay. It's very mid. Good then.
Yeah, it's like there's potential here, but it's not like closing the deal. I don't know. I'm with you. I haven't watched season 3. Laura's watching it yesterday. I walked in. I'm like, oh, it's out. Actually, the folks reached out to me where they're like, hey, we want to send you a care package for stuff for Disenchantment and promote it. I'm like, cool. How much you pay me? And they're like, DVD. I'm like, I'm good. Like, we're
not even a Blu-ray.
Yeah, right. Enjoy this on VHS.
You're like, I will settle for nothing less than a personal appearance by Eric Andre with a bottle of wine,
serving it to me,
and a wheel of camembert. Yeah. Now, you know what? I like my opinion on Disenchantment. The first 2 seasons came out while I was overseas, and I watched it there. And for me, it was a time filler. Like, it was entertaining enough. Like, oh, I'm home from work. I need to eat some food. I need something to watch.
That's what I was using it as. I was like, as before the podcast. Yeah. I was like, Jesus. I'm gonna watch this before the podcast.
You don't have to like super focus on it. It's moderately entertaining. John DiMaggio plays a grumpy fat king. That's good enough for me. That's good enough for dinner. Is it?
Damn, that's a really good way of putting it. Like, it's just eating food show. Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus, dude. Damn. Damn.
Disposable is what you're stuffing in your mouth.
Yeah, right.
It's junk food for the mind while you eat junk food for the gut.
Damn straight.
Not bad. It's just not good.
Right. All right, let's go on to some trailers. So, Kid Cosmic, that is the next cartoon from Craig McCracken, who made Powerpuff Girls and Fat Foster's Home and Wander Over Yonder. And it's interesting, though I'm concerned because I don't know, there's something about it where I'm like, I'm not too interested in it, though I'm gonna have to watch some episodes to see how I feel about it. Because I'm honestly not really digging the style too much at the moment.
Well, the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like unique, so I can give it credit.
Yeah, but it's
that.
Like it's Craig McCracken though, so I'm like, he hasn't missed yet. So
right. I mean, that's what you say. I Wander Over Yonder was like for me, but like.
But you didn't like Over the Garden Wall? Not over. Oh my. Fuck. Nah.
You both, Sarah and Paleo, love Wander Over Yonder. And
yeah, I didn't like the guy. No offense to the actor at all, but like, I don't know, like Wander. Yeah, he just annoyed the fuck out of me. Like the first few episodes, like in the way that I couldn't like.
Yeah, I mean that was me with the first few episodes of Wander Over Yonder. But then I kept watching and it just got funnier. And like with the Lord Hater and everything,
Lord Hater's great, and Lord Dominator. She's thick. ICC.
But Kid Cosmic comes out the first week of February.
I'm with you on that, actually. I think it looks cool, but it's not as eye-grabbing as Wonder or Powerpuff Girls at the moment. But like Craig has also proven where it's like it's not just visuals, it's strong writing and characters. So I'm interested, but visually it doesn't seem as vibrant, but we'll see. I don't know, that might be deliberate. I like the
Is the
barista
spouse
girl.
working with him in them?
I don't know, because I don't know.
She's still working on DC Superhero Girls.
Which is great.
Yeah, that's a good show.
That's a good show. This is a good show.
Owen really likes having 6 characters, huh?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she really
That's
does.
like her bread and butter.
That's like her symbol.
Yeah, when I first started watching DC Superhero Girls, it's like these are just variations on the main 6.
Well, was it Larson one time told me that that's a good number to have for a sitcom because it's a good number to have distinct personalities, and then you don't. You only have 3 main characters, and they can be distinct. There's only so many different situations you can put them in. But if you have 6, you can do a lot more combination.
Yeah.
So, Supergirl and Barbara are on a lost island and have too much ice cream. You can start thinking about what's going to happen with them because the characters are so distinct. That's the idea.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? That pitch for an episode is probably better than anything that came out of season 6 of MLP. So
Let's see. A trailer for Solar Opposites season 2. I haven't watched season 1 of Solar Opposites. It's from the same. I don't know if it's like. I know that Justin Roiland sort of worked on it. I'm not sure if he was like the main guy. But it's basically the same style as Rick and Morty. But it's like on TBS, I think.
It gives me too
shows.
much of Rick and Morty vibes where I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel different.
It feels like an episode of Rick and Morty from like the trailers I've seen of it, and I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, I'm with you on
It
that.
feels like it doesn't have nearly enough of an identity. Like just from what I've seen of it, the art style looks identical. Like the characterization and like the jokes feel all exactly the same. It's like, why would I watch this if I can just watch Rick and Morty?
Is it just me, or are there a rash of these new shows that are Rick and Morty clones? Like there was was it? The Lower Decks. Yeah, exactly. Lower Decks.
That's what it's on.
And it's like I think they saw I feel like it's a production schedule thing where 2.5 years ago they saw Rick and Morty was doing good. They saw the whole Szechuan sauce thing was happening. They're like, how can we have our own Szechuan sauce moment? And they just put it into the streamline or the pipeline, right? And now they're just starting to get crapped out, and nobody needs it. That's my impression. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I think a trend like that is definitely something that the industry tends to do. So.
Yeah,
You know
I
what's
haven't watched
funny?
it. I'll still give it a credit. What?
You know what's funny? Barf and drinking.
Timeless comedic gold mines.
I haven't watched it yet, so I can't judge it at the moment. Brandon King in the chat said it's Diet Rick and Morty. Okay.
Sounds terrible.
So this is an interesting trailer. Willy's Wonderland. It's a Nicolas Cage movie, and it's basically Five Nights at Freddy's, except for Nicolas Cage is sort of like Doom Guy, where he's killing all the animatronic robots.
I'm here.
I was convinced. I was convinced as I watched it that it was Five Nights at Freddy's because I just thought it was like
they had to have they were working on a Five Nights at Freddy's
I'm
movie, and they was like, you know what? Let's call it something else.
I'm gonna level with you guys. This looks fucking incredible, and I cannot wait to watch it.
I know! It comes out next month!
Sometime around
this is what we need. This is what we need. We need some levity after
I think
everything that's
sometime
happened.
around The Wicker Man, right in that range, Nicolas Cage realized that he could make the rest of his career about Nicolas Cage being batshit crazy on camera in movies that he produces of himself. And it's wonderful. And I want to watch it. Who wouldn't?
Dude, he's having fun, and I'm envious.
Yeah.
Of that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys watch the swear word show he put on Netflix?
I saw that. I saw a bit of that. That was good.
Dude, this movie looks so much fun. Willy's Wonderland. I
Yeah.
haven't seen the trailer yet. I'm scrubbing through it. Yeah, this looks great. This looks great. Nicolas Cage was also in that it was that one Lovecrafting film. No.
The Color Space. Or whatever.
Color Space,
yeah.
And I also watched Wild at Heart recently, like a few months ago, with this David Lynch film. and Nicolas Cage is in that too. He's such a tremendous actor because he's like, it almost is like he nails it or he overplays it, and either way, I'm having fun with it. But like, because of the Color of Outer Space, whatever it's called, like he absolutely overplays it, and I'm like, this is hilarious. Like, it feels like a comedy. I laughed at that movie, which Laura was like, "Why are you laughing?" And I'm like, "It's stupid." Like, and Nicolas Cage is enhancing it by being Nicolas Cage. I love it. Like, let's go. But he's also Grug in The Croods too.
Yeah, he is.
He's also good in that.
I love that he
we need
actually
a
says.
psycho.
I was gonna say.
We need a psycho Nicolas Cage to come back as Ghost Rider in the MCU.
Yes!
Right.
Oh, I actually would be down with that.
Right, absolutely.
But I love that in The Croods too, he actually says, "Ooh, banana."
Yeah. Return to monkey.
But yeah, that film's gonna be fun, whether it's bad or good.
It's gonna be fun. That's the thing. It's gonna be fun.
That is the thing you can say. Sure, yeah.
All right, a couple of game trailers here.
Whoa! Are we gonna do Kong and Godzilla discussion?
Yeah, when we go over the HBO Max stuff, because that was part of.
Oh,
like yeah.
Oops, my bad. Continue. I'm sorry.
Not
yeah,
looking at the document.
I just opened it. My bad.
Get in line.
Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury, they showed that and
Speaking
showed
of
this.
kaiju.
Yeah, I know, right? It was like Bowser became a kaiju, and so did Mario.
They're making me want this game now. That trailer made me like, yeah, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
It was funny because someone I follow on Twitter was saying like, why didn't they make Bowser's Fury an original game? Why'd they attach it to Mario 3D Land? And then they like tweeted again, I hate Mario 3D Land. And I'm just like, I think you just answered your own question. And he's like, son of a bitch.
But the nice thing about this port they're doing of the Wii U game is that they're actually like increasing the speed of Mario in the original game too, because it was kind of slow. So that definitely would make the game better.
Turbo mode in Mario confirmed.
But yeah, it looks fun. The Bowser's Fury mode in there. And then there was this weird thing that got started on Twitter where people were saying, "Oh yeah, his Japanese name is Godslayer Bowser," and like that was just something that somebody made up, and it just caught on because he's actually called Fury Bowser, but Godslayer Bowser sounds badass.
Yeah, it does. Sounds good.
It sounds like a move from like an anime attack series, Godslayer attack or whatever. I don't know.
Man, maybe I'm just thinking that negative Nancy.
You've only trained 2 months for that. You can't do it full power yet.
That just pains me right here. It is like it's called Godslayer Bowser, and like no one checked. Everyone's just like, "That's cool.
Yeah, nobody checked.
You like that?"
Just everybody believed it because they wanted to believe
Japanese. Hero, it was on you, and you dropped the ball.
I was working. I didn't even see it. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna get myself some water real fast. But don't talk about Godzilla without me.
We won't.
He's like, this is what I need.
Oh, yeah, there's gaming shit for the next 5 hours. I'll be right
back.
Then
about Godzilla.
What?
I was making a joke. I was immediately gonna start talking about Godzilla as soon as you walked out of the frame.
So the next trailer that was shown, because there's gonna be Pokemon's 25th anniversary next month, so they're gonna be revealing a few things. And one thing they showed was new Pokemon Snap, the full trailer for that, which is coming out April 30th, which was sooner than I thought.
It looks so good. Pokemon Snap,
yeah,
the actual best Pokemon game.
You can't get it though because you're in 1998. Remember, you're gonna have to wait a bit for that one to come out.
Well, I mean, I have the original one to hold me over for another 30 years. So
yeah, on N64, best console, better than PlayStation.
God, I love playing video games at 12 frames per second with like Vaseline smeared all over my eyes. God, the N64 aged so gracefully.
I was actually never was a huge fan of I mean, the games were good, but the controller was total shit. Like, what the hell?
I tried playing Perfect Dark again yesterday because I bought a new controller and finally got an expansion pack. That game runs at like 8 FPS. How the fuck am I supposed to play this video game?
But play the Xbox Live version because that's like plays really good.
I want to, but I don't have an Xbox. Is it on fucking PC yet with Game Pass?
Not yet.
No. Jack, they'll probably put it out now.
Yeah, I don't know why they won't just put Rare Replay on PC, because why not?
Why else would you buy an Xbox 360?
So someone who played Pokemon Snap when it like came out, or when it was like you?
Yeah,
like
I did
100% of that motherfucker. Are you
Okay,
kidding
so
me?
Same.
please explain to me, because I'm not in that boat. Explain to me why everyone is so excited about this new Pokemon Snap. What is so good about Pokemon Snap? Because
Okay.
I can't get into that headspace.
Do you like Pokemon not as a game? Do you like Pokemon as a like the creatures? Do you like the creature design of Pokemon? Do you think Pokemon are cool? Do you think they're like cool and fun and interesting?
Yes.
Have you ever been staring at Pokemon on your Game Boy at that static blocky sprite and been like, this art is so cool, I want to know what this creature is like and what they do?
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon Snap is like a National Geographic documentary on Pokemon where you get to film it and be part of it.
Yeah.
You're going through a level, experiencing how Pokemon interact with the environment and with each other in their natural habitat, and it gives you tools to manipulate the Pokemon and get them to do cooler things. And then you take photographs of them to capture them at their most peak
and it's
moments.
like a score-based
and then
system.
they're graded and ranked.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get like high scores, and like it's like, oh, you got the Pokemon to do this specific thing, or got the Magikarp to evolve into a Gyarados and have it pop out of a waterfall, and you captured it at the perfect angle. That's like double your score, and it's like a really addictive gameplay loop. And especially from like being back in like 97, 98, when like all you had was like 8-bit fucking Game Boy games, to see these Pokemon like moving around in real time and like interacting with like a completely realized environment was like really magical. And considering now in 2020, when like the last like Pokemon Switch game we got looked like a fucking N64 game, to see a Pokemon game now that actually looks like it came out this year is like, it's like the feeling all over again. Now I understand why Switch looks so bad. It's because they knew Pokemon Snap was coming out, and the whole point of that game is to make Pokemon look cooler than you could on the actual games. So they had to make Sword and Shield look like shit. This was all a long con. I get the business model now. It's brilliant.
I
Yeah,
love
also-
how you said this year in 2020, like 2020 didn't end.
It's not over.
It's not over.
2021 starts when COVID ends, all right? So in 2026, we'll finally exit the year.
What year will it be when it's super COVID then?
That's like 20, that's just Super 2020.
Do we go back to 2020?
It's
Does it
Super
go
Saiyan 2020. The whole year of powers up. You
Yeah.
know?
I'm also excited because like
2020?
I'm also
Like,
excited
instead of
because
the Scouter exploding
some,
from the power level, the calendar explodes because the power
Dragon
level
Ball reference finally got Jax out of his zone. Like everything else we're talking about, no interest. One Dragon Ball
Yeah,
reference.
exactly. Who gives a
at
fuck
the
about
camera
Pokemon? I'm
at
about
Freddy.
Digimon. Yeah, exactly.
So one thing that got me excited about new Pokemon Snap and some of the information that came out about it was this one's going to have over 200 Pokemon in it. The original Pokemon Snap didn't even have like all 150 at the time. Like this
Correct.
one has over 200 in it, so there's going to be like a big variety of different generations too. Like, and also on the cover of the box, like Pikachu is not front and center, which is never happens. Like Meganium is on there.
I swear, like
Now
at this
they're
point,
trying to Now they're trying to push Eevee. So maybe, you know.
Yo, well,
at this point, they're like, everyone. They accomplished their goal. Everyone knows what a Pikachu is. They don't even need him anymore. Yeah, I'm out of here. Eevee.
or Charizard, because like Charizard's like another like one that they
Like,
push a lot.
We got Charizard, we got Pikachu. Those are our big money makers. We have like 800 more of these motherfuckers we can make into stars. We got to just start throwing them on covers.
It's so
Just gonna
funny.
throw this out there that when I lived in Japan, the Pokemon company made a agreement with the prefecture I lived in to rename the prefecture Yadon-ken, which means Slowpoke Prefecture, because my prefecture is famous for udon. Slowpoke in Japanese is Yadon. So actually, it was easier to find Slowpoke goods than anything else where I was. Like you could find
I thought
like
you were just gonna say everybody was a slow in that area. And
well, driving wise, that is true. But yeah.
I just find it funny, like, because of Pikachu and Charizard, people are like, what's your favorite Pokemon? And you're like, you know what? I do quite like Pikachu and Charizard. People are like, it's so basic. I'm like, they're popular for a reason, though. Come on.
That happens with every mainstream thing, though. That happens with every
of
mainstream thing. Like,
Charizard.
oh, what's your favorite anime or something like that? Oh, well, I like One Punch Man and Dragon Ball Z. You're so mainstream and normie, fucking basic. And it's just like, it's a good show. It's mainstream because it's fucking good. Get the fuck out of my
everybody
face.
who's just like, oh, you fucking peasant, thinking Pikachu is a good Pokemon. I'm like, bitch, 10 years ago you did too. Fuck off. Everybody likes Pikachu.
That goes beyond just one fandom. That goes into so
It's
many
everything.
facets. I see it a lot with movies where it's like I can't like a movie everybody else liked. I liked obscure movie festival movie or something. I don't know. Like you have to pick something that's like no one else has heard of. You're like, oh, it's a work of art. You haven't seen it?
You haven't seen
fuck
Nightfall?
you.
Oh my
The Virgin Movie Festival fan versus the Chad Godzilla King of Monsters fan. Like, knows it's bad, doesn't care.
Stupid. I know.
Yeah, right. Talk during the movie.
Speaking of movies, HBO Max put out a little trailer with some like sneak peeks and also like release dates changing for a couple of movies.
Piss off all the producers again.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
Yes, they did.
But yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong is actually coming out in March now and not May.
I'm afraid.
I haven't seen Godzilla King of Monsters yet. Is it good?
Well, we're biased as fuck. All right, yeah. Like, let's just say that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Draft. We are biased as fuck. All of us love Godzilla.
No.
All of us like fucking love that
Draft?
movie.
No, but I mean, like,
Great.
Do you
Okay,
do you want to watch a Godzilla movie or do you want to watch a good movie? Those are two very different things.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when I was, let me just keep going back to my time in Japan. When I was in Japan, they had Shin Godzilla, which is almost entirely like filmed scenes of people in boardrooms with clipboards discussing.
It's a good movie, though. It's a good movie.
I mean, that's what people kept saying. So, I mean, there's you know,
Shut up.
no, but like
Monsters has more action than Shin Godzilla because there was no way Americans could sit through Shin Godzilla.
Yeah, that's fact. That's a legitimate fact. Like most Americans, if you like play it, would be like, "Oh, what
Shin
the fuck?"
Godzilla begins with a bunch of people going from one boardroom, sitting down, and being like, "Oh, we need to go talk to the prime minister." Get up, walk down the other fucking
But that's
hallway.
the point, though.
Which is the point?
Right,
But
right. It's not for Americans.
Imagine the
Japanese-
300-pound man eating his popcorn, being like, "What the fuck? Nothing's happened yet." You know. Godzilla King of the Monsters. King of the Monsters starts with a Mothra larvae like killing multiple people. So just the tone.
She doesn't kill them. She doesn't kill them, Tom. She would never hurt people. Fuck you. Fuck you. She's the queen. I don't know. I guess for King of Monsters because that was the Godzilla community's been waiting for a trailer. We haven't gotten one. We've gotten some leaked footage, and we got like
17
you got a
teaser.
teaser.
Yeah,
we got a teaser because
everybody's like,
there's the teaser and then there's the cock teaser, which is what this was.
it's just like like the 3 seconds of the new Space Jam that got out, and
Yeah,
everyone was like,
that was part of that montage.
I've seen the leaked script. I will not spoil it, but if it is what it is,
Yeah, you've told me about it, and it
might
sounds insane.
It sounds fucking bonkers, and I cannot wait. I'm like, dude, it's like for like Space Jam. Like, let's go faster with Space Jam 2. And I'm
all I
like,
want to know, does the movie end with Michael Jordan trying to play baseball to "I Believe I Can Fly" by
I'm telling you,
who pissed on 50-year-old girls? I want to know.
Hope not. Don't worry.
That literally happened.
That'll be the Snyder cut that comes out later.
Snyder cut, indeed.
I don't want
5
hours. This movie unless Bill Murray has a role in it. Okay,
Dude,
Unless-
that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping so because if I'm watching Space Jam 2 at the very end, like we need help, but I'm like, it's fucking Bill Murray, and he's like, I came with friends, and Michael Jordan walks out.
I heard you might.
You have fucking Michael B. Jordan walk out with all the anime characters too. That should be fucking hype because he's fucking what Naruto Shippuden.
Don't worry, Bugs Bunny, it's me, Vegeta.
Yeah.
No.
Damn straight.
Stop, Doc. But the Godzilla footage, you definitely see some changes they made, and it kind of rubs me the wrong way. Where I'm like, is this after King of Monsters, before? Why are they on the aircraft carrier? It seems like it's Hollywood producer nonsense where they're like, have him find a boat. And it's like, but Godzilla's like as big as an aircraft carrier. He won't fit on
the
it.
first movie,
Shrink
he's
him.
it's like dorsal fins are poking out of the ocean, like
right.
the size of those fucking ships.
Tail dorsal fins are wiping like cruisers and destroyers and whatever. I mean, I hope we get some fun action. But
It's just Ken Watanabe going, let them fight again.
Yeah, right. He comes back as a zombie.
Yeah. I mean,
okay with
that's the taper.
I'm actually just gonna just in a broader sense. I have a theory that I have a theory that may be true or may not. I don't know. I want to get you guys' opinion. So because of COVID or whatever, this upcoming year and the past year, the box office numbers are just abysmal for studios. They're terrible.
They've gone down like 80%.
They're horrendous. Like Wonder Woman was supposed to make a bajillion dollars. It made nothing.
That was so bad.
That was one of the awful bloody film, mate. Oh my God.
I'm with you, Jax.
I can get into a rant about why people shouldn't have liked the first one either, since it was a total clone of Captain America. But
can I agree with you on that, though, Draft?
Yeah,
yes, I really agree with you. Yes, because like I honestly I'm sorry I'm derailing conversation, but like I thought the first Wonder Woman movie, I rewatched it recently again because the first time I ever saw it in theaters, like people were overhyping the hell out of it. They're like, oh my God, this is like freaking Dark Knight quality. It's freaking amazing movie. It's like one of the best freaking superhero movies I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, oh really? All right, cool. So I go and watch it. I'm like, it's all right. It's fine.
Me, it's Captain America.
Yeah,
it's Captain America. She fights in a European war with a ragtag band of commandos, and at the end of the movie, they have to crash the German monster plane that has biological weapons that will destroy the mainland of the USA. Like, anyway, my rant though, it wasn't about that. It's that all these movies like Wonder Woman and the new Godzilla and like all these Marvel movies that they're going to slowly leak out in Mulan. These were all put into like production well before the pandemic started. My question is, do you guys think these gigantic Hollywood blockbusters are going to like not happen in the same way after the pandemic because the studios, at least for a while, aren't going to want to justify those kinds of financial like risks because right now they're losing so much money.
I think we're gonna have a big pivot from films to more streaming shows because I think that model is not interrupted; is only being bolstered. I think
right now is the time you throw down for it too. This is like this is where you go into investing mode and you go hard for a few years and hopefully kill off the competition and be known as one of the big ones. And that's exactly what these, like Netflix got lucky getting to where they are. And now, and they know what running with momentum, but Disney's like, we got to get on that now. And same with HBO and CBS All Access. Fuck.
You guys don't have a Peacock subscription? Are you fucking kidding me? Come on.
Get your porn out of here, right? Oh, Peacock.
Yeah.
Apple TV.
Don't kink shame me, you son of a bitch.
You fucking weirdo.
But another thing that showed up in that thing, besides Godzilla vs. Kong, was the first images we ever saw of Mortal Kombat, which surprisingly doesn't have a trailer yet.
Yeah, ridiculous. For fuck's sake, give us a trailer.
They don't know what they're doing.
I think they're waiting. Like, well, the interesting thing, Saber, I think, were you the one who told me this? That because of the legendary or the HBO Max deal, it killed the MonsterVerse, right?
I heard that rumor. I heard something about apparently
Legendary was pissed.
Yeah, like a lot of these companies were like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, that's not the movie we want. We want big, 4D experiences." Now I gotta verify this, but I wouldn't. But after hearing the rumor, and it's like, yeah, I'd be pissed off too because you just cut off movie theaters, and that's a visual medium that they were doing, and now it's just TVs.
Was it like the director of Dune was super pissed off when HBO Max was going to be? Yeah.
I heard that. Yep. Dune's a weird one. It's one of those movies where I know about it, but that's it.
That's everyone. It doesn't matter if you've read the book. I haven't. It doesn't matter if you read the book or seen the old 80s movie where Sting plays a bad guy. Any of them, there's no really like explaining it.
Yeah, Laura loves it. I think didn't David Lynch directed the movie back in the day, but or I don't think she loved it. She like she has the book. She's read the book. It's a big ass book. Holy shit, it's huge.
There's like a bunch of sequels too, aren't
It's
there?
like sci-fi Game of Thrones. I don't know, from what I'm gathering.
The spice must flow. That's all I remember from it.
Yep.
The spice.
That's literally what it is. Jax, you're laughing at it, but that's the line.
No, because I just every time I see that, I think of the fucking South Park episode.
Yeah,
The spice.
the
The spice.
Yeah, the spice. Yeah.
The spice.
Where do you think they
It's like,
got it?
I know that's where they got it, but like that's where I always think of it.
So yeah, we got those sneak peeks. Let's go up some of the news stories here. We'll try to go through some of them quickly. PBS Kids is canceling Caillou after 20 years of being on the air.
I mean, he's like almost 25 now. It's kind of weird. To
Yeah, good. He's a white
So-
supremacist too. Yeah, freaking yeah. See that shit? You see what happens when they cancel them on the same day? You see what happens, people? They
Wait,
love
what?
Caillou that much. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
He's been
Don't worry,
balling.
the show will continue on Parlor. It'll be fine.
Yeah, good. Oh god.
I never watched Caillou. Never cared for it. I knew of it. I'm like, oh, it's the kid with cancer.
It was
Something like
after
that. I
our
don't know.
time,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much.
But you love Caillou Shippuden though.
Have you been keeping up with the manga, by the way?
I stopped a couple months back because I really just want to get to that certain thing from the webcomic. I've been reading like occasionally, but I stopped like I want to say like 3 months back. So I'm not caught up on the last 3.
I'm not
chapters.
gonna say spoilers at all, but basically, if they can get a very strong anime studio to do the action for what Murata's laying down, holy
Yeah, it'll be
shit.
God tier. Yeah, no, they've been
Holy
doing like
shit.
fucking God tier work, dude. Like they've been doing like insane work. So it's just like, why can't they just get Madhouse back? Or I would take Bones at this point too. Just be like, hey, can you do it? Like, I mean, freaking. Hell, you know what? The Attack on Titan studio isn't working on that anymore. They gave it to Mappa, so yeah, take it. Do that. Attack on Titan seasons, baller. Mappa's doing good.
I want. It's good source material. We need some. What was the studio working on season 2? I forget. Studio B or something.
I don't know. Bullshit.
Or Yada or
Yeah.
Studio BS.
Yeah, BS.
Yeah.
The next thing, Earwig and the Witch, which is the 3D Ghibli movie, coming out. It's
Can I start complaining?
What's
Tell me
your
when I
what?
can start complaining. I want to start complaining. I'm gonna start
Complain.
complaining.
You always complain, bro. Go.
Freaking Goro Miyazaki. Look, I haven't seen it. I will not see it. Goro Miyazaki. Because Goro Miyazaki. So Hayao Miyazaki's, everyone knows, Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, all those. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I've been to the Ghibli Museum. It's a brilliant place. Everything that man
No,
does.
that was the Giblet Museum draft.
Take a shot every time Giraffe flexes about being in Japan.
Jesus Christ.
Listen,
it's
I'm
personality.
online only once every 3 years. Okay, I have to but the point is that I'm trying to like give some cred here that I am a huge Ghibli fan. This is a Studio Ghibli film. It's directed by Goro Miyazaki. He also did what was it, Earthsea, which was
Tales of
just
Earthsea, yeah.
not good. It wasn't great. It feels to me like Goro Miyazaki is like his dad's pity case. Like, here's a bad project. We're gonna give it to you. Here you go, son. I know this was never what you wanted to do with your life. You wanted to be an accountant, and I didn't let you do that because my name is too
You
famous.
wanted to be an accountant?
I don't know. I'm joking.
Would have explained a lot.
My point is, though, is that like it just doesn't look good. And as for like the first 3D Ghibli movie, shouldn't it be like breaking all?
Yeah,
sorts
it
of
doesn't look great.
There was a documentary or something about how Miyazaki was learning 3D, how he was like, you can see how he became the student and how he was excited and frustrated, where he's like, this is tough. I can't do it. It's difficult. But I'm with you. You think they would have picked something really, really strong out the gate because you got the studio who did the Lupin the Third movie.
Yeah,
and
it looks
great.
amazing.
That was
Yeah, that looked
wonderful. But
Problem?
so
This movie looks like a 2003 PlayStation 2 CGI video.
It looks
It's
like a
got that-
cutscene that you see before you switch discs.
It's
Yeah.
got that rough, like soft shading, but it's still using like all the proportions of a traditional 2D anime. And those things just they don't fucking mesh. Like they should have gone for a cell shading thing or something, something similar like Studio Orange does with Beastars. Just like
Well,
or they should have leaned into the CG stuff like Lupin did. They're kind of riding that middle ground. It just has some
I
really
almost wonder if they just
shit.
made it crappy so that because right now in the anime industry, there's this big push to incorporate more CGI because it's cheaper. That's why when you see like a cheap anime, there are all these like crowd shots or whatever where like the characters are very clearly like 3D models that have just been like slapped in. I wonder whether the studio has been under pressure to incorporate CGI. And they're like, all right, fine, we're gonna make this movie with CGI, and like it's just like an underhanded way so that afterwards,
like a fuck you, just like
Yeah.
get them off our back when it
Yeah,
tanked.
get 'em off
Like,
their back.
clearly we can't do this.
let them stick to what they know. They tried. Like,
What was
I
that
don't know.
thing? What was that thing where like that entire thing? There's a few quotes that people are like, oh yeah, like Miyazaki saying anime was a mistake, which isn't true. But they're like, so it's funny that that's not true. But apparently Miyazaki getting up and walking out of his son's movie and calling him a disgrace is true. And it's
Did you
probably-
see that? No, that chick is a freaking asshole. Because basically, what happened was he was like, they were in this. His son was doing a movie and stuff like that, and he was watching it in theater. And then like he walks out into the hallway, he gets to smoke, and then he's like, "Yeah, I mean, like he's a child still and doing stuff like that." And it's just like, dude, that's your son. That's your son. Like, go support your
I like
kid.
what Mark Perlow said in the chat that Hayao Miyazaki, the original Bean Dad.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I gave him an animated movie and told him to figure it out. He was hungry for 6 hours.
The original Bean Dad. Miyazaki's an interesting fellow. I guess you kind of need someone like that.
Was it the best artists are crazy?
Yeah, madness.
Yep.
Well, Earwig and the Witch. It's funny 'cause I remember when I first saw the concept stuff like 2 years ago.
You can't get excited by a name like that. Ear and Witch. Just
Disgusting.
Well,
yeah.
then, like
It sounds
Better
like
in
it-
Japanese.
had
Does it
another
sound
one.
No, there's hold on. I don't even know what it is in Japanese. One
Well,
second.
didn't Ghibli have like something called like Mary and the Witch's Flower? And it's like stop using.
No,
witchy
that was a
Like,
that one looked good though. That one.
yeah,
Looked
that was
good.
that was an
was
offshoot
Saga,
of like
right?
people that used to work at Ghibli.
Apparently, when I watched that, and we're just like, is this a Dire Spirited Away? Like,
Yeah, it's Diet Spirited
Yeah.
Away.
it's forgettable. Forgettable. I remember watching it. And I don't remember a thing. It's like,
All right. But yeah, that
It's
comes.
Ayato Mojo. Ayato Majo,
Mojo
that's-
Jojo.
which is Aya and the Witch. Don't they just go with Aya?
But yeah, the next it's coming out at HBO Max next month. And then
Yay.
let's see, Pete Docter saying he's not going to be directing at Pixar for a while, and he'll continue to focus like his job as the CCO there.
Is he the voice of Edna? I can't remember. Is it him or Brad?
No,
Bird?
that's Brad Bird.
Okay.
Bird.
Yeah. Pete Docter did Monsters Inc., Up, Inside Out, and Soul.
Okay.
Soul, good movie.
Then we have let's see, the showrunner of Loki, to write the Star Wars movies, from Kevin Feige at Disney.
Who's the
That
showrunner
Loki
for
trailer
Loki?
looked good. The trailer looked really good.
Michael Waldron.
What did he do?
I don't know. Let me see.
And this headline tells me nothing.
Waldron. Let's see.
Sit down.
He
man.
did.
I had 5 seconds to look at that, and you wasted all of them.
Let's see. He was a producer on Rick and Morty.
No.
That's all I need to know.
Yeah. Also on Community.
I can't wait for the Star Wars Lower Decks animated show.
You joke that could happen, Tom.
No,
Don't
can't wait
say
to watch Kessel Run, the animated Star Wars show.
That's what it would be called.
Castle
That's what it would be called. Are you kidding me?
No, it'd be like
Tom?
it'd be called like Tatooine Cantina or some shit. Yeah. Oh God.
It's called Bump.
Womp, womp,
Smugglers.
Scum
Wow.
and Villainy will be the name of the show. It'll be set in the Mos Eisley Cantina.
It's gonna just be a sassy droid and like, I don't know, independent, fierce spirited. I don't know.
And their articulate Tusken Raider.
Next here is so there's after Animaniacs came out, it was shown that they're going to be doing a new Tiny Toons show as well. But Charlie Adler, the voice of the original Buster, wasn't contacted about voicing Buster, so I don't know if like it's just really early in production or if they're going to have different voices. Because I know back when Animaniacs was first announced, that was like really early in production. It was like, what, 2015 when that was announced or something?
Yeah,
So,
that was a while ago.
It might just be really early in production.
I heard all the producers are different now. Like almost the entire production crew So maybe that's why. Everyone in the chat's mentioning Star Wars Detours. I think that's something different, guys. I think that's like, I think it's anime. I think it's Star Wars anime, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's Star Wars Visions.
Oh.
Star Wars Detours, like that's that's the one that George Lucas got rid of. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That was like that weird like 3D animated thing back in like 2011.
When I was saying it out loud, I was like, why does this feel like a ride at Disneyland? I'm like, oh yeah, that's Star Tours.
Yeah.
First too. But yeah, Star Wars Detours is like a very short-lived series that they did. It was not great. It was like, I think some of the Robot Chicken people worked on this.
New in Blu-ray, fully remastered, the Ewoks movies from 1987. What the hell did those come out? You know what I'm talking about?
Dude, those Ewok movies had a monster that scared the hell out of me. It was like this weird, like long-legged wolf monster. And I was like, it's weird looking. It's got long legs.
Next thing.
That's how you became a furry.
Next thing, I actually saw Saber talk about this on one of his streams last week. And it's a new Danish series, which I thought was an old series when like Saber showed it. But apparently it's brand new, called John Dillerman. It's about a guy who has a really long dick. And it's a kid's show.
Yeah, I posted about that. In the chat like a couple weeks ago. Yeah, like,
I told the Danish to not make a movie about me or a show. They couldn't stop.
John Dillerman with his fucking Gomu Gomu no Mi penis. Okay, fucking oh shit. Yeah. I mean, at first it's such a weird thing because it's just like, okay, your thing is doing all this shit, but like at least it's not coming out like action, but it's still the idea.
It's still clothed somehow.
Yeah, he's got really stretchy clothes, like fuck.
So apparently the Danish are even like, this might be a bit much. John
Dillerman,
really? If I've ever wanted to hear like director commentary for something, this is the show. I want to know.
Went from Little Mermaid to Legos to this. Come on, Denmark. Oh, and those cookies that come in a tin that everyone mistakes for cookies, and it turns out it's actually mom's selling supplies. Yeah.
Dude, I opened up one of those one time at a friend's house, and they actually had those cookies, and I was like, "Whoa, the prophecy is true."
But yeah,
those cookies aren't that good though.
That's something really weird. But then something that happened. I guess we'll talk about a little bit about the Spongebob Kamp Koral, the preview that they showed. It was like a 6 minute, 6 or 7 minute preview. Which for some reason they were airing an NFL game on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, did you guys see the footage of like the SpongeBob things, like the overlays, like over the characters?
What?
Yeah, they were airing it, and it was just like, I'm a realistic talking fish, and I'm watching the NFL on Nickelodeon. I don't know, it was stupid. It was funny.
What?
No, they actually had the NFL on Nickelodeon. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing about Kamp Koral is like, I don't know with the CGI if they're trying to make that like something that's is it going to improve as it goes along, or is that just how it is? Because like people always say like, oh no, that's just like the starting thing, but like Nickelodeon's like has a ton of CGI shows that like, you know, look like meh, like comparatively, like, you know, freaking
I watched the preview today, and it looks I mean, it looks all right to me. There's something about the grass that looks a little too flat, though. I don't know what it is.
So apparently,
Um,
when I did my video on Sponge on the Run, one of the people
Sponge on the Run.
I can't stop
Sponge on the Run.
Sponge on the Run. But like one of the people who work on the new current SpongeBob iteration, and I think also worked in Kamp Koral. She's a storyboard artist, and she's like, "Yeah, you don't know the full story." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And she offered to help out. And I told her, "Let me get my shit together for my SpongeBob video in the future, and I'll get back to you." But like the idea that a lot of the SpongeBob staff on Twitter are like, "This isn't completed. This wasn't. It looks so much better." So like, I do wonder when the first episode actually airs. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with marketing. If that's not the completed footage, it's like, where get the completed footage? Like
They show what? They show like a play blast or something instead of like the actual final footage.
the SpongeBob T-posing or nah.
Yeah.
It's
Riding a motorcycle with no pants.
it looks very flat.
Nobody-
That's how I describe it.
yeah.
That-
Though, like
Shut up, you're old.
It's in Cyberpunk. It happened.
Yeah, that's new.
It's a new relevant reference. Okay.
Shut up.
But the preview itself, because a lot of people are saying that this is going to be like, a preschool show. But then when I watch it, I'm like, this doesn't feel like one at all.
No.
Like,
It's
Is it not Nick
SpongeBob.
Jr.? Is Nick Jr. still a thing?
He died.
yeah.
Okay.
He and Kalu both, gave in.
We gave up. Gave up.
Okay.
Caillou.
Caliber.
They both
I-
died with Parlor.
you say his name?
Those alt-right adjacent figures.
Yeah, right. That's right. It broke my
Yeah,
heart.
but like as far as like SpongeBob being SpongeBob, it's like whatever. It's fine.
I'm refusing to engage with it on principle. Steven Hillenberg said he didn't want any spin-offs. He fucking dies. And 5 minutes later, they're like, "Let's start."
that's a whole thing. Yeah, Saber, go ahead.
No. Wait,
Isn't that not necessarily what he said? I think particularly what he said was that he couldn't foresee SpongeBob having any spin-offs, not necessarily that he didn't want it to.
Yeah, I'm that's part of my hunt for information. I'm still looking for it. People keep saying, "Oh, Hillenberg said this." I'm like, where?
Did he
Like, give me
though?
a. I can't find a source at the moment. So I wonder if that's just
Well, I mean, from what I heard is that SpongeBob in Japan is called Godslayer SpongeBob, and
I'm gonna name that episode this.
Oh,
God's playing
God.
SpongeBob. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess the idea that like what Hero just said, like the idea of there isn't much to do with SpongeBob outside of this world that they built. But the problem is that they've made so much fucking money from SpongeBob that Viacom's not letting it go. They're like, no, this is a tentpole property.
sure.
To the point where it was like, because you saw that decline from like 2005 onward, or 2007 or 8 for Nickelodeon onward, where it's like this, you guys really don't have you're not throwing the biggest punches anymore. Like there are some good
Yeah.
shows, but like not anywhere near like Cartoon Network or Disney or whatever. And even then, they were also struggling around that time. But where like Disney's gotten better, Cartoon Network's gotten better, Nickelodeon's like, still not that great. And SpongeBob is still like your flagship, and even that doesn't feel the same. Now, I've been told that there are some funny episodes with these newer seasons, but just the idea of like, man, that really is like the greatest fate for like a Simpsons, a Family Guy, a SpongeBob, where it's like, where do you even get an ending anymore? All these companies don't allow it. Like, no, you will never die. We'll put you on life support. Like, you keep making your corpse makes us money. Keep it warm.
Right. Yeah.
The Simpsons had 30 seasons. You'll have 45.
Yeah, right.
We'll die before these shows do.
Probably.
I mean,
Super COVID.
no, when you think about it, there's going to be
COVID,
so
yeah.
much. There's going to be so much Simpsons and so much SpongeBob that in like 15 years, they're just going to take the entire back catalog, feed it into an AI algorithm. It's just going to be able to spit out episodes without any animators working on it.
Oh my
And
God.
They'll just create
They're just gonna
Simpsons in
deep fake it.
perpetuity. You know?
They're gonna deep fake it. They're just gonna like yeah.
Take it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right, let me keep going on with the topics here, so I can get to the Q&A stuff. So yeah, also with the NFL thing, yeah, They said "fuck" on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, officially. It was an
Yeah.
accident.
Because
Who
it
said
says Cordarrelle Patterson, football player. Yeah, he said "fuck" like when it was like picked up by a mic.
Oh, he did? Oh,
Yeah.
Hell
shit.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Um,
I
Then,
take it all back. It's all worth it now.
Right back,
Yeah.
guys.
I'm gonna type in Nickelodeon fuck into YouTube.
That, you're a brave man.
It's YouTube. Oh wow, I am braver than I thought I was. Okay.
But yeah, we'll go further here. My brain's deteriorating. So Deadpool 3 is going to be set in the MCU and also going to be rated R, confirmed by Kevin Feige.
Okay.
So it's probably going to be taking place like after the Doctor Strange movie when they establish all the multiverse stuff.
Right.
Then we have John Min-Chu, no longer directing the Willow series, which that was a series from Lucasfilm and everything. But John Min-Chu, he was the director of Crazy Rich Asians. Yeah, he's no longer directing that. I'm not sure who they're going to pick up for it.
I'm gonna get some
Who
water.
directed the original one? Was that a Lucas special?
I don't know.
Because that had Val Kilmer, who shouldn't be filmed again, and then what was it? Warwick Davies. I heard that he's coming actually back for it. That he's going to like be an older version of his character or something. Does any of this? You know what I'm talking about? Like, have you guys have seen
I haven't
the
seen
original
Willow.
Willow movie? You haven't?
No.
Oh, you'd like it. It's good.
Yeah.
It's like 80s fantasy junk. It's better than Disenchanted. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
Val Kilmer plays like this rogue in it, and then Warwick Davies is like the main character, and they have to fight. Anyway, it's a good movie. You guys should see it.
Okay. The next thing, a couple of news about Netflix is that Netflix announced that they're going to be releasing a movie every week, like this year. Though I saw some people pointing out, I was like, you already do that? Like
Don't
so
tell our
many
shareholders.
things are like
no, like non-shovelware movies, like movies we
oh,
actually care about.
because I greenlight everything.
I just like saw that and just rolled my eyes. I was like, ew.
I feel like they're changing their production model though, because it used to be they greenlight any show and then cancel it after a season. Maybe now they're like greenlight all these movies so they don't have to cancel them later.
Right.
What if we finish telling a story?
But something interesting that they put out was a Twitter thread of the animated movies they'll actually be showing on the service. And I'll go down the list here. First one is A Winter's Tale from Shaun the Sheep, so another Shaun the Sheep movie, which those are always fun. Wish Dragon, which was Sony's, I believe Sony's movie, which is basically Chinese Aladdin, from what I saw of the trailer, which looks good. I mean, Aladdin is pretty great.
Is there a movie called Raya coming out at some point about a dragon too? I can't.
Yeah,
remember.
Raya and the Last
movie.
Dragon. That's the next
Yeah.
Disney Animation Studios film.
It's
Yeah,
just
is that coming out around the same time? Like, are we gonna have a lot
I
of
don't
dragons?
know.
Because they're also doing House of the Dragon or whatever for HBO
Yeah.
at some point here.
And then we have the Loud House movie, which is finally going to come out.
in live action.
No, these are all
Okay.
animated movies.
Okay.
A movie called Robin Robin.
This is about Dick Grayson and Tim Daly.
No,
Tim Drake.
no, it's about a robin raised by mice.
And he's a thief.
That's a lot less interesting. I'm gonna be honest. Like I like Jackson's idea better.
Yeah. So is he a
Um,
thief?
I
Robin,
don't know.
Robin.
I
Then there,
swear to God, if they get the Jackson 5 in on that.
Then we have a movie about called Back to the Outback, which is about Australian animals.
Oh, you don't say, mate. All right. I thought it was about a steakhouse. All right. Who else could be?
Then a movie called Arlo
Yeah,
Arlo the Alligator Boy, which is also going to be followed by a series.
Oh, that poor puppet got his own series.
No, the Alligator Boy, a different Arlo.
Okay.
The one from the Good Dinosaur. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he was green like a
Yeah. Exactly. Alrighty, cluckers.
Then we have Maya and the Three, which is like based on like a Mesoamerican like world. Then some that Jax will be happy about. Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie.
Fuck yeah! Fuck
They're making a film of that?
Yeah, live action
Yeah.
or animated?
Animated.
It's
These are all
animated.
animated that I'm going over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like we got canceled apparently. Whatever. I can't wait for that movie because hopefully they talk about some stuff that I'm super excited for.
Hopefully
And
they
then-
have an even bigger budget. The animation's even more insane.
Oh god, yeah, dude, it'll be so hype.
And then the last thing here is DreamWorks Troll Hunters: Rise of the Titans. I haven't watched any of the Troll Hunters stuff, so
Me neither.
I guess good for those fans.
It's good.
Then let's see a few of these things. So this is interesting. So Bethesda announced that they're going to be making an Indiana Jones game.
Yeah, I saw that. Machine Games is doing it, right?
Yeah, which they made the Wolfenstein, the new Wolfenstein games.
They really love making games about killing Nazis.
I know.
It's like, well, we're doing Wolfenstein. How can we kill more Nazis? Indiana Jones? Yeah, let's do it.
Well, it's interesting they announced that game, and then I think less than a week later, Lucasfilm announced like LucasArts.
Yeah, that was my next thing on here. Is that like
yeah,
they're gonna break their relationship with or
EA.
or Disney's going to break their relationship with EA by saying like, okay, we're gonna have this Lucasfilm games division now, which can like go to other studios if they want to.
So I'm wondering whether that Indiana Jones game is part of that deal because Indiana Jones is also Lucasfilm. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
it probably is.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they also announced that like
The
Ubisoft's
real
gonna be
question is,
working
are we
on
going to get a new full throttle game? That's the real important question.
Wouldn't Double Fine own that? Because that's like a Tim Schafer thing, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know if Tim Schafer owns all those IP, or if they were still owned by LucasArts. That's a good question, actually.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Chat, do the research for me because I'm lazy.
And then another thing that was announced because of that with the EA thing was they said that Ubisoft is going to be working on an open world Star Wars game, which is probably just going to be like one of the regular like open world Ubisoft formulas.
You
Like,
love it. It's like, God, I hate that EA gets the exclusive access to the Star Wars license. If only someone else could make Star Wars games. And the monkey's paw's like, okay, gives it to the only company that makes shittier games than EA right now. It's like, fuck.
Is Jedi Creed. It's just Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, exactly. Oh God. You're gonna like, oh, I didn't grind enough kyber crystals to level up my lightsaber, so I can't kill this swamp rat. I can't wait.
Dude, bro, you gotta grind if you want the purple saber.
God.
We got Hogwarts Legacy, which is that Harry Potter game that was revealed at one of those PS5 events last year. It's coming out next year. Let's see if we have that thing we talked about with Chris Evans earlier. About he might return as Captain America for a future Marvel project, but he was like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe
how
dude.
much money I lose from COVID. Maybe I'll fucking need another check at some point.
And we have Ethan Hawke is going to be in Disney Plus's Moon Knight series.
Cool.
I'm like actually interested. Moon Knight's like the only like show they've talked about that I'm really actually excited for because Moon Knight's
That would
fucking
be good.
sick.
Yeah, it can be good. I can see Ethan Hawke being a good villain. I can see him doing a good job with that.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
And then last thing here before we go to In Memoriams, is that
We do that typical episodes.
what?
We do that every episode in Memoriam.
Yeah. Amazon's Lord of the Rings series got was described.
Canceled?
Like.
Canceled? Canceled?
No.
The way they canceled it. It was like what, $500 million they put into that?
$500 million. That's a very big TV budget.
You know, I used to think that was a lot of money, and then they did that with Destiny. Do you remember that? Where they put in $500 million into Destiny?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Remember that?
Yeah. But yeah, okay, so how did it get described? I actually haven't heard this myself.
It's based on the second age of Lord of the Rings. So these are the events before the movie events. As in not like the day before.
Yeah, like thousands of years before?
Parted. Yes.
Where
Where
this is Isildur, right?
Yeah, this is Isildur, the Númenóreans. This is Sauron basically making his move to take over Middle Earth. Remember in Fellowship of the Ring, where it culminates at the beginning with the battle of Mount Doom with the Last Alliance? That's what that battle comes from, that age. And so we kind of already know what happens. But still, there's a lot of craziness with like the elves are a lot stronger back then. It should be good. And I mean, I'm hoping I'd rather take this than them trying to do Lord of the Rings again, because they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it.
It's way too iconic.
I'm just hoping Stephen Colbert somehow weasels into this one too, because he was in Hobbit. He did
Twice.
Yeah.
No. Well, no, just once. I'm sorry. Him and his little Lake Town guy with the eye patch. He's a massive Lord of the Rings fan.
I can see this being really good though. The Numenor stuff is fascinating.
It is. Well, here's a question for you all. So it's funny the whole that Game of Thrones left, and it's wild because like Lord of the Rings led to a bunch of producers looking for the next Lord of the Rings, which in that process they found Game of Thrones, and now Game of Thrones left, and Lord of the Rings was like come back. Yeah. At least we know what we're doing. At least we have the book.
Lord of the Rings is like, don't you ever leave us again.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they've done Lord of the Rings. They did Game of Thrones. They're doing The Witcher. I would love if they did Elric. Elric would make such a badass fucking show.
Which one's that again?
Is that?
No,
that's not. Go ahead.
Elric is like late 1970s and the 80s, I think, was when it came out, by Michael Moorcock. It's about a dude with like a sword. His sword, like
Michael Moorcock.
Fucking dude, he has a great.
You're 32 years old and you're laughing.
Look, his lifestyle is his last name. It's very bold. All right.
Oh, good.
But
it's pretty funny, dude.
It's
pretty epic, bro.
It's another classic sword and sorcery book series about a dude, like a fucking albino elf man who goes around with a sword that steals souls, and it's fucking
Tales
cool.
all this time.
Oh, dude, I read the sequels of that. It's called Edward, right?
No.
Yeah.
I know what you're trying to do. Get out of here.
That's funny. I'm funny. Good one, Jordan. Thanks, Jax.
All right.
Let me kick him, please.
Moving on to the people that died.
Yeah, my favorite part of the show.
Dave Creek, who was a lead character designer in Bob's Burgers, he died at 42 after a skydiving accident.
That's why I'll never skydive. What a awful way to go. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently you pass out before you hit the ground.
What an awful way to go.
I mean, it's just like, no, to me, it's just like you conk out. I'm not trying to take away the person's
You know,
death
did they
or anything
ask
like that.
him?
No, I'm saying like that. Apparently, that's what like happens to people or some shit. And I was just like, okay, shit.
Who lives to tell that?
Oh, there actually are a few people. You'd be surprised. There are a couple people. Like, I look, no, besides Peggy Hill thing, like there's actually real life instances of that. No, you can go look it up though. It's interesting because I was like, can you survive this or some shit like that? And
didn't Gabe break his leg doing something like this? Like
he fell off, like he fell into
off
the
a
ocean
cliff.
or some shit. Yeah, some rocks.
Okay, I knew he did skydiving stuff. So,
yeah, one time he apparently okay, this is a scary story. He did skydiving. His parachute didn't deploy. He had to take it off his back. I was gonna make a bullshit story. I can't think of anything. Never mind. Never mind. I was like, I was going to do something with his ball sack, but never.
You could have talked about like how he almost like died with the fireworks race. Like the fireworks almost crashed into his paramotor and fucking blew his ass up.
That was funny.
All right, next, Brad Venable, who is a voice actor, died at 43, but they haven't said like why or how he died. But he voiced a lot of video games and anime. He was like in Devil May Cry 5 recently.
God. Yeah.
He was in a lot of things. I saw like the voice actor community on Twitter like talking about it. All said like he was like a great guy. Siegfried Fischbacher of Siegfried and Roy. That Siegfried and Roy died.
So
Okay,
Roy died earlier than Siegfried.
Yeah, Roy died from like tiger wounds, right?
No. He died.
One of them got mauled. One of them got.
Yeah, but
really
he survived.
Okay.
But he had a stroke in the process, and I think that's what eventually did him in.
But he died at 81, which he was older than I thought he was. And then Dale Bear, who was a Disney animator. He animated a lot of different characters for Disney over the years.
Man, Bill, why are you introducing this section? This is a bummer.
I didn't introduce it. Ryan did.
Ryan, why we gotta have some little levity after this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What Ryan said? Roy died of COVID. What? Or do you mean Siegfried?
No, I think he's talking about a different Roy. I'm gonna be honest. If I had a career with a white tiger and I got mauled to near death, I would rather die that way than like have a stroke and die decades later. Like that. Like go out with the tiger. That's what I'm saying.
Apparently, there's a lot of backstory on how that went down and how the media painted it in a really poor light. That being said, owning a tiger like that to begin with, I don't approve. But and putting it on a show, but ultimately he put his life on the line at that moment to stop the tiger from getting shot and put his life in the line instead of somebody else's. And when he was being dragged off, he was saying, "Please don't kill the tiger. Please don't kill it." So it's a weird thing. And it's weird because I did that video called "Father with the Pride" this time last year. As a matter of fact, and it was like a Siegfried and Roy like Family Guy 3D animated anthro tiger show. It was fucking weird. But yeah, Siegfried and Roy. I guess they're both gone now. Rip. That sucks.
Rip. Because
yeah, rip. Yeah.
Wow.
That was dark.
But yeah, Dale Bear. He animated a lot of different characters. He animated like Yzma, Owl, like Bernard and Bianca from Rescuers. He was an animator there for like 50 years.
God damn.
Damn, he did that for a while then.
Yeah. All right. So we'll go to Q&A.
Time for Q&A.
Yeah.
That's a fun note.
So we got a few super chats here from Edit Man. And then we'll go to Twitter after done with super chats. So Edit Man was saying, says, after Cyberpunk 2077, I don't think I'll buy into the hype from big game companies anymore until they advertise it months before release, not years for future games. And then goes on to say, Miyamoto's quote about a delayed game is good and a rushed game is bad forever got crushed by games like Cyberpunk 2077, Anthem, Duke Nukem Forever, Final Fantasy 15, and Mighty Number 9, which all had delays.
Well, they didn't delay them long.
I don't feel like Final Fantasy 15 fits into that category, but the other ones, yeah. Final Fantasy 15 wasn't like spectacular, but like the others were terrible.
Yeah, the others had like fundamental issues with it.
Yeah.
I mean, Cyberpunk 2077 didn't start development until like a couple years ago. The initial reveal trailer that everyone like nutted over was completely fake. It's funny because Jason Schreier came out with this huge takedown article.
Yeah, it was like just yesterday, I think.
You literally
Yeah.
could have just like gone to the Anthem article and just do find and replace with Cyberpunk with Anthem, and it's the exact same story.
Yeah, it's
the
weird, like
exact same fucking thing.
it's weird, like how Cyberpunk is like the game that keeps like getting more controversy with it, like every week.
Yeah, I mean when you think about it,
amazing thing. Like they built it up. They did that because they wanted the money. It's like, you know what? This is a case of hubris. Honestly, it's production hubris. Like I don't know. I don't want to blame the individual people who had to like work overtime. I think Tommy, you're talking about the Bloomberg article that came out a couple days ago, right? Like,
didn't try rights for Bloomberg now.
So one of the things I liked about that article was that they were pointing out like how the animators, or not the animators, the coders and the developers were being asked to do mandatory overtime and crap. So like there were people who were making it who suffered, but this is a case of management hubris coming to come back.
The whole crunch culture in video games is really bad. I mean, Jim Sterling always says every time he talks about these things, crunch isn't a triumph of the workforce; it's a failure of the management, and it's true. You know, because like it's just really bad. Like when they showed like that original trailer, I guess they were saying like the developers were shooting for a 2022 release date, and then like there should have been 2 more years of development,
and they spent like
didn't do it
making that trailer, and it wasn't even game engine.
It was all fake. And it's like they did the same thing with Anthem. Anthem had the exact same thing. Like the developers working on Anthem found out the game was called Anthem at E3 when they released the fake trailer. And it's just like, are you fucking kidding me? So it's just like this whole industry is totally fucked. And
I heard that studio, I mean, in the article they were saying that studio after Witcher 3 was at one point the biggest company by like monetary value in Poland.
Yep.
Like, so, I mean, think about the largest company in America. I don't know what that is. Is it McDonald's or Coca-Cola or
probably Walmart, right?
Yeah. Imagine if you're running Walmart and you have to create, I don't know. You get my point, is that I think they got a lot of ego from that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like the thing is like people like CD Projekt Red doesn't have a lot of releases under their belt. They have like the Witcher series basically, and only The Witcher 3 was a game that gained like critical mass. All the rest of their like The Witcher 2 was good, was critically received. Most of the gaming press didn't care. The Witcher 1, almost no one's played it because it's like janky compared to the rest of the series. But Witcher 3 did gangbusters, and the gaming public loved it. And like from that point on, they talked about CD Projekt Red like they were a big AAA established developer with the same sort of legacy as like Electronic Arts and Activision stuff. When the fact of the matter is, they had one really good, well-received game. And CD Projekt Red, they like leaned the fuck into that image and like ran with it of like we're the people's developer, because The Witcher 3 didn't do this was like at the height of like EA and Activision and Ubisoft with loot box bullshit, and The Witcher 3 just happened not to have that monetization, and so they just fucking took to Twitter and like we're the good guys, and they became the people's voice, quote unquote, and they totally torpedoed half a decade's worth of good PR in 1 week.
Do you think that, I mean, of course, it's primarily the studio's fault for the failings, but do you think that maybe Sony and Microsoft, and for that matter, Steam, didn't do any due diligence to like check up and see how the game was? When you have an A-level release like this, like the fact that they were actually printing CDs, it makes me think that when you have that level of investment, shouldn't they be checking in to make sure the damn thing works?
I don't know how.
I mean, I don't either, but
I don't know how the certification for that works, you know? Because like there are buggy games released on these platforms all the time. But like, I guess in Sony's defense, as much as you can call it a defense, like they pulled it from the store eventually and were offering refunds and things like that.
I look at it like it's like the insurrectionists at the Capitol. How did they get through? How does it get through all those stages into the public? How did it get through? Sorry, I had to make that a politically, relevant.
Yeah, for sure.
To tie it all together.
I mean, the company's called CD Projekt Red, and Red is Republican, so they're basically the same thing, right?
It's QAnon.
I just find the funniest fucking thing is that the company is called CDPR, and they've had really seedy PR on Twitter for the last like couple months. It's just funny how those things work.
I like it.
All right. Next thing from Tim Whitfield says, anyone here watch Disney's Pepper Ann growing up? I was literally thinking of that theme song earlier today. Like pepper in, pepper in, pepper in, pepper in. Pepper in, pepper in.
I reckon that how the theme song went. I don't exactly remember it going.
Yeah, it was like pepper in, pepper in.
Was that a Saturday morning cartoon thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One Saturday morning on ABC.
Okay, I definitely would have the TV on until that theme song, and then I shut off the TV.
Then from Enigma Friends here, this is mainly for Jackson Saber, but you guys can add your add in their 2 cents. Jax, please enlighten them about the controversial Denmark children's show. Oh yeah, we did talk about that.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat though. Then from Ryan Walterson says, since it was his birthday yesterday, what are your favorite Jim Carrey performances in no particular order?
Happy birthday,
Mask.
by the way.
Yeah, happy birthday, and again, The Mask, Ace Ventura, like just the Dumb and Dumber, like those ones. Just again, they're iconic. I love them. I love watching them anytime.
I have a passionate answer. Truman Show.
I was gonna say Truman Show. Yeah.
Truman Show.
His family lives out.
I love that
every
gif.
day. Yeah, it's just like, what the hell are you talking?
Like, who the hell are you talking to?
I need to rewatch that movie. It was
That
good.
movie
but
is
it's
so
been
good.
forever.
Yeah,
I keep thinking the Truman Show, like someone should take that concept or do like a remake or something where it's all like fucking VR or some shit. That just seems like a concept
man.
that's fucking it's ready to do a fucking modern remake or something.
I was thinking today actually, like it's not Jim Carrey who said this, but like I still crack up at that scene in Dumb and Dumber where the parakeet dies. It's like some criminals like broke his neck, and like he's like, "Oh no, Petey died. Yeah, his head fell off. Oh, yeah, he was pretty old." Like that was funny to me. I love that line. It's like, yeah, and they just accepted as fact. Like, yeah, his head fell off. He's pretty old. It's like, what the fuck? That got me. I love that line. I still laugh at that line to this day. I like the episode Close Enough where they just keep quoting Jim Carrey's.
Yeah, that was great. That is such a great one. That was so good.
me watch over 500 hours, or what's it, 5,000 hours of Jim Carrey. Probably white meat so well adjusted. The nose, blood dripping down his nose. Like, sorry.
Let's see, another fun one from Enigma Prince. Says, I would like for you all to please discuss the hilarious attempt that is the infamous Grubhub dancing commercial, and what's your favorite meme from it? I haven't heard of this. What?
So there's a Grubhub commercial where it's got like this, it's very cartoony, 3D animated people, and they're like doing this stupid dance, like a dad dancing, like, my kid's depressed, don't worry. I'll order Grubhub and get a Popeye's chicken sandwich. Popeye's chicken sandwich. It's just an animated commercial that's really weird with like this, like it almost reminds me of Hotel Transylvania with the movement, with the dancing and shit.
Really?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. But the other thing, it's becoming a meme. People just replace the music to it, and it's
the best one is when they remove the music and just the sound effects.
There's one there's one I saw where the dad never shows up. It's just the kid sitting in the corner looking sad.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't even use Grubhub. I use DoorDash or Uber Eats, so fuck them.
Dude, Uber Eats has been pissing me off actually.
Oh yeah, what they do?
They
all of them.
This is some first world problem shit here.
To address the elephant in the room actually. So the entire work model of Uber Eats, DoorDash, it all preys on not paying their workers what they deserve.
Yeah.
And also like really upcharging you, and the restaurants also take a fee for it. It's a really fucked up system that shouldn't work. It's only getting the momentum it is getting because of COVID. But like I know California spoke to Uber Eats being like, yeah, we need you to treat your employees like human beings. And Uber Eats was like, we might just leave California and fuck you. Like,
yeah,
like, they'd rather take a hit with California and lose that business than change the entire model.
Well, I think
they lose money.
the thing was that they were trying. I think California was trying to reclassify the contractors that worked for Uber as employees, so they have to get benefits. And Uber was like,
No.
"We're just gonna pull out of California. Go fuck yourself."
Which, by the way, California did. They flex. Oh, not flex. They winced.
They bent the knee. Yeah, they were like, "Oh, no, okay."
Yeah. So
yeah, Uber Eats.
Keep treating our citizens like shit. Thank you.
No, like they did a big fucked up thing because I remember one time I ordered, I think it was from like Starbucks or something like that, and I looked at the thing that was where my order was coming from, and the thing was like I want to say 20 miles away, 15, something like that, and then I look at the like why is this taking so long, and it's like, oh, your person is walking, and I was just like, what? Why are you sending someone walking 20 miles to do? And so I'm like, okay, what the hell? So I call them. I'm like, is there any way to like get this person like picked up or something like that? Because I want to make sure they're getting paid.
I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous. Because it's just like, okay, so I feel bad for this person because they're just doing their job. They're just trying to get paid. And I'm like, okay, dude, they're making you walk this long. And so it's freaking pouring, raining outside. And then they get to my door and they're like, oh, here's your food. And all my stuff is just soggy and ripped apart and like everything's melted. And I'm just like, all right, have a good one. And I'm like, I can't be mad at this guy because he's just doing his job. But again, it's just like, why would you send someone who walks to that far away? Like, it's fucking idiots. They're just, that was stupid.
It's a very fucked up model. It shouldn't be sustainable. And also like, I don't know. I feel like it's something where it wouldn't exist if it wasn't for COVID or whatever. And DoorDash recently did an IPO on the stock market, and it's like it's insanely overvalued. It's like, how are you going to make this model work? I don't know how this is, because I think it was like $200 per share.
They're just going to churn through employees because like they don't have to pay anything.
I think they depend
Amazon,
on
Amazon
they're depending on how a bunch of folks got fired and they got no other options. I think that's what they're depending on, and that's fucked. That's fucked.
Do you see what happens when we do the immemorial section? We get all serious.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan Walterson.
And
now that we're talked about that everyone has died, we're going to talk about how everyone who is going to die in the next like 6 to 12 months from late stage capitalism.
Yeah, right. My favorite.
So next things. Oh yeah, one thing I did want to bring up, because Kari will get mad at me if I don't mention it. There was footage revealed of that Crash Bandicoot cartoon that was going to be on Amazon, and they canceled it. And they have no idea why they did.
Why? They don't know why they canceled it themselves?
Like, Amazon hasn't revealed a reason. And like the people that worked on the cartoon have no idea why it was canceled. Because it was like pretty much done.
That's dumb.
Because Amazon.
Because Amazon really is.
Yeah.
Amazon.
Like Amazon that had that what was that game? The Crucible or whatever?
Yeah.
That came out. It was like online for like a month.
Amazon's big AAA video game.
Yeah, it was online for like a month and then just nothing.
Which goes to show you how uncoordinated and how much stupid money they have, where they're like, no,
when your CEO makes what, like $50 million a day, you can afford to fucking make a AAA game and then just throw it away.
Throw it away, bro.
Yeah, he's rich.
Oh, Elon Musk is now the richest man in the world because the Tesla's insanely overvalued.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was just like, oh, whatever, I'm back to work.
Oh, wait, no, it wasn't Amazon. I think it was like Activision, actually. That was like, nah, we're good. And they're like, so.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because like,
what did Activision
it's Crash Bandicoots, because Activision owns the rights to it.
Okay. I thought you meant that Activision did Crucible. I'm like, no, they didn't.
Yeah, I was talking about the Crash Bandicoot cartoon.
Gotcha.
Let's see.
What other depressing shit can we talk about?
Yeah, right. No kidding.
We talked about.
Want to talk about banking next or something?
Okay,
like,
this is what Kari said. She said says Activision is a pain in the ass, so Netflix doesn't want to work with them again. Okay, that's what it was. I was mixing up my A companies with Activision and Amazon, so it was going to be like a Netflix cartoon or something. It says Activision is being a pain in the ass, so Netflix just doesn't want to them or something.
Don't blame them.
Bobby Kotick's a piece of shit. What?
Yeah. So we'll do the rest of the super chats here because I don't think we'll be able to get to Twitter questions because we're already kind of going over.
Are we really? Holy shit.
Malik Webster Asking, since no one is going to ask the hard question, I will. What VTubers are you simping for?
What's a VTuber?
Nope. No.
What's a
YouTube
VTuber?
YouTube recommends me Gura clips, and I've watched a few of them.
Which one's that? The dog, right?
She's a little shark girl.
Oh, the shark.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's kind of cute. At least
Let me
she's
just
different.
mention that I lived
She
in
speaks
Japan.
English.
Let me just
Yeah.
mention that I lived in Japan again and say that once you live in Japan, VTubers, it's just like, oh, these are just Japanese people.
What
Like,
is
I-
a VTuber? I generally don't know. Like, what is
A
it?
VTuber is like a do you know what Live 2D is? You know how they have like the puppet things where you can like
Don't
make
tell him Jax is going to get hooked.
And he's
He
gonna
will.
make one himself, and then he's gonna.
He will.
Yeah.
you can take a drawing, you can rig it so it like moves around, and then you can have it. You do like motion capture, so you can move around with your webcam, and it makes the cartoon move. And a bunch of Japanese girls make anime characters of themselves and live stream playing video games, and they make hundreds of thousands of dollars from people
Wait.
simping.
Wait. That's
just
what that
changed his
thing is,
world.
the CGI thing is? That's
What?
what the CGI girls, the CGI Netflix girls are like horny? That's what they are?
No, this is like YouTube, and
This is a YouTube thing.
and these are like in the corner
YouTube
they'll
and
have
Twitch and stuff.
a CGI rig.
It's like
or
a
whatever.
live. You know live streaming.
Yeah,
You know, like,
exactly.
it's like that, except imagine a cartoon character doing a live stream. That's what this is.
an anime character, and they're Japanese most of the time,
Oh, okay, I see this.
and their
So
English
you-
is just terrible.
So you can learn this?
Yeah,
How?
anybody can do this. It's super
How?
easy. You
So
just gotta
teach me.
get live 2D.
Live 2D.
Yeah,
alright.
you just gotta
What-
you commission an artist to make you a VTuber skin, and
Jax,
then
you
like.
can finally become Goku like you've always wanted.
What's the first one's name? Like the first one that was popular, like
Kitsune
Hanazaki.
Kitsune.
Kitsune. It's
And I know-
yeah.
And do you know why I know that? Is because half my students overseas were obsessed with her, and they had like pins. and shit.
That's the only one that I know. Like I've seen other ones, I don't know who they are, but she's the one.
I know
that
when
I
the
know.
first one I actually came across that before it started to being like a trend, it was like I-chan, I think.
That's the same
yeah.
one. Kitsune, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the same one. Okay, yeah, that's the only one I know. Yeah, I don't know anymore. But we are we legit getting too old? Everyone's like, I don't know.
Unironically, yes. We don't get TikTok. We're too old.
I mean, I'm on TikTok.
Because that was like the most like across like almost across the board, like the most genuine, like I don't know. Like, what is that?
If they literally, if this question was asked 2 weeks ago, I wouldn't have had an answer. The YouTube algorithm just got to me like 5 days ago. I'm just like, ooh, safe.
It's adapting.
All right, we
Yeah,
got
pretty much.
we got a few more super chats here from Brandon King saying happy 6th anniversary to Star Versus today.
Yeah, the show that started off great and turned to shit. Now we never talk about it again now.
But hey, nonetheless, happy 6th anniversary.
Happy 6th anniversary show that started great and ended with genocide. Hooray!
Yay!
Then
It's
Ryan,
okay though. It's okay. Sorry, go ahead. What's up?
no, go ahead. I was gonna do the next question.
Oh yeah, no. Star Versus, yeah, started high, was fine until the end where it dropped really badly. But Eclipse is dope though. Let's just say Eclipse is dope. I need that to be known.
And Jackie Lynn Thomas.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
And also Hekapoo.
Hekapoo's great.
Yes.
Everybody but Star. It's pretty good.
And the karate teacher.
yeah, him too.
Fuck him. Stupid.
So from Ryan Walterson again saying, back to Jim Carrey. Remember when all 3 of Jim Carrey's 1994 movies got Saturday morning cartoons with The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and Ace Ventura? Yeah, they
And
all
you know
got
what's funny
cartoons.
about that? Fucking Ace Ventura and The Mask had a crossover episode. And it was a fun episode. Like they were like making.
I watched the
jokes.
shit out of that Mask cartoon back in the day.
Yeah, that shit was good. All the action figures that came with that shit. Too.
Yeah,
like,
I
oh
have
my
no
God.
idea. I don't even know if it's good. I haven't watched it in years. It's probably aged terribly, but back in the day, that was my jam.
No, there's a lot of episodes that are actually really funny still, and they actually like reference stuff like that Walter, that big buff guy from the comics and stuff like that. Like since he's a major antagonist, like it's cool to actually see them do something with him in the animated series instead of just like in the movie he just wasn't there. So yeah, like it made up for that fucking son of a mask bullshit.
Ugh.
All right. Next thing, another from Tim Whitfield saying, "Any of you ever seen the music video of Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer?" Yeah, I've seen it.
Yes.
No.
So good.
Yeah,
Paleo,
it's a pretty good music video.
Paleo, have you kicked the habit? Kick the habit. Kick the habit.
I watched Flex Air 5. That was a good music video.
Oh man, Sledgehammer's bomb. That song stuck in my head now. Thanks.
All right, and then the last super chat here, Dill18, asking, I feel this was asked before, but is there any game you've played that you like the gameplay, but the story killed it for you, and vice versa?
Ooh, that's a
Vice versa's League of Legends, but I feel like we've talked about that on this show before.
Mhm.
Has a good story, but the gameplay kills it.
I have a certain one that I just finished yesterday, was No Straight Roads, where the story, the characters, the look, the music, everything is great, but it's just kind of on the gameplay. So that would be my answer for that, No Straight Roads, because like everything else about it is great.
Like
Gameplay
Arkham
that
Knight.
I liked, but story killed it.
Arkham Knight.
The ending to Mass
Arkham
Effect
Knight.
3 killed my enjoyment of Mass Effect 3 pretty hard.
I still don't even know what exactly what happened, and I know that they fucked up. And then drop it.
You market your entire trilogy of games over the course of like 6 years on being like your central character's choices matter and carry over through all the games, and then the ending of your game has no effect on any of the choices you've made.
It's like, that's cool.
Yeah, just like take away
Yeah.
all your agency right at the end.
Honestly, I'm sorry for this absurd, like spicy, scorching hot take, but like honestly, a game where I like the story and not the gameplay, most JRPGs, just most of them. I think JRPG gameplay is dreadfully boring.
Yeah.
I can see that sometimes. Yeah. Some of them are good.
Like Chrono Trigger has an entry. Like if you want to take it to the next layer, you can actually like wait for mobs. Wow, I play MMOs.
Yeah.
You can wait for enemies to line up with one another and then use skills that like hit an area. If you want to take it to the next level, so Chrono Trigger is a little more interesting, but a lot of them is dreadfully boring.
It's not even the gameplay is bad with JRPGs. Most of them are just so derivative that like since the games are so long, it's like if you play Final Fantasy VIII and then play Final Fantasy IX like right after, you're just like, whew, that's a lot of bars filling up.
Right. Which is so stupid because I love JRPGs. I play a lot of them, but
Right.
like I can't ignore how I feel about them.
I'm not going to call that a scorching hot take, though. I'm going to say that
Okay.
that's a solid take. It's
Yeah,
very
I would
well
say that's
justified.
pretty common.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Common take. There you go.
A mild to medium. at
Mild
most.
take. Yeah.
The Taco Bell miles.
A Tostitos, yeah.
Tostitos restaurant style take.
Hint of lime. Hint of lime.
Hint of lime. You know that alienates a whole bunch of people. Some people
No,
can't
but you know
handle
why?
that.
You know why? Because hint of lime is a bit classy, and that's a classy take in there. Yeah.
I can't think of the reverse though. I like the gameplay, but the story killed it.
I mean, if I'm playing a video game, I'm playing it for the gameplay. So like a story, I can usually just skip it if it's really stupid.
Hero hates fighter story, but he loves.
I do. They don't ruin it for me though. I don't watch any fighting game story, like any of them. Except for a little bit of Blaze Blue, and then that's more reason why I will never watch a fighting game story. Blaze Blue
Well,
is
if you ever want to know about Guilty Gear story, some crazy
don't.
man on the internet did a 3.5 hour video. I don't know why someone would do that with their life, but someone did it. It's really weird. It's on YouTube. You can look it up.
What had a bad story? I don't know. That's a good question. I have to think.
I think the
Oh, you
story
know
for
what?
me is
I just
important,
thought of
so
one.
It's terrible. I'm playing it.
I just thought of one. I think
Uh-huh.
Tom might know. Other M. Like the gameplay's fine. Like it's because
yeah.
it plays like a Metroid, but man, the story's just kind of.
I haven't played it, but I want to because I feel like because that was done by Team Ninja, right?
Right.
I like Team Ninja stuff, so I feel like I feel like I'd probably have fun with that game.
Yeah, like the game itself, like the gameplay is like, oh yeah, this is Metroid, just with like a few different elements, but like
It makes Samus a little bit.
Yeah, it makes Samus a little bitch, like as far as like the story goes.
Stupid.
It's like, oh, really? When you give one of the most empowered female characters to the studio that does nothing but give women giant bouncy tits, what a surprise! Her characterization goes to shit. Whoa.
But yeah, I think we should end now. We've gone over a bit, so let's see. The next podcast will be in February 1st, actually.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me. This was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
thanks for
betcha,
coming
don't
on.
you know? Come back anytime.
For sure.
Give you some cheese and some grape nuts or whatever the fuck they eat.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, Jack, there, if you want to do a Minnesota accent there, you really got to start practicing there, you know, before you go out on the lake and get on the pontoon so you can go fishing for some crappie.
So Drac, before you go, I have a question I wanna ask.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Japan before?
Let me think on that. Let me think on that. Yeah.
Are you trying to cancel him?
All right.
You know what? I have been fighting that all year. Like every time I'm talking to friends, I'm like, back in Japan, they're like, shut up. And then the problem is so many of my friends are like fans of anime and Japanese culture, and they're like asking, like talking about this stuff, and I'm like, I lived there. I have to.
There it is. Bad story, good gameplay. I found it.
Oh yeah, well that's all puzzle games.
Yeah, before you go, I have a question.
Trash.
So,
it's trash. Like-
Isn't it you? Because I heard this from this podcast I was listening to. They were saying like DBZ is like something that's known, but it's not like everywhere because it's like retired, right? Like, but everything, this thing that's everywhere is like One Piece. Like One
Yeah,
Piece is just
That's
everywhere.
true.
Okay.
One Piece is everywhere. All my students loved One Piece. It's One Piece and well, when I was there, it was Love Live for the girls. They loved Love Live. And then what was the other one? Gintama.
Gintama, yeah, Gintama was a good one.
One Piece was number one everywhere. They loved One Piece, and they would like if a student asked me if I watched anime, they would first ask me if I watched Ghibli, and when I said yes, that was surprising enough. And then when the next thing they would say is, "Oh, have you seen One Piece?" And when I said no, they'd be like, "Nande, nande, omoshiroi desu yo." It's like, oh, okay. And I know Kiro understood what I just said, which makes me happy.
Of course I did.
See, when they said, "Have you seen One Piece?" You should have gone, "Yeah, yo, yeah, yo."
Don't give it up.
Maybe like
It's a slippery slope because if you quote something to them in Japanese, then they assume you're 100% fluent. Like if I had said anything from that show,
Well, like Gata Bayo.
nah, it's like yeah, but they love their One Piece. They did know Dragon Ball. I told them actually. I said I have a YouTuber friend who loves Dragon Ball. They're like, oh,
you mentioned
that was the
me?
level of
You hate Dragon Ball. Shut up.
No, Saber, I mentioned you when I was talking about my furry friends.
No.
how do you even say furry in Japanese? Kedamono? Do you just call people kedamono?
Just say
Is it just
Bakemono.
kimono?
Bakemono.
Are we gonna
Yeah.
say?
All monsters.
Are we gonna
I
say
thought it
bye?
was just
Are we gonna
kimono.
say bye to the audience?
Fine,
Bye,
bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye, everybody. See you on February 1st.
Boy.
Bye.